Everybody, it's Cole McAllister, your host, and I got a couple announcements for you guys. Some events this weekend going on that are going to knock your socks off. First one we got here is Friday the 13th at Mauville Mews. Conscious Kickback is bringing their showcase of great local artists. Starts at 9 p.m. is what I meant to say. $7 advance, 10 at the door. Is hosted by DJ Marty McFly and is featuring a couple local artists including Jackson Place, DeRound Hero, Equinox, DK, Obs, and many, many, many more. If you guys don't know where that is, it's on 212 4th Street downtown by the Royal Mile. Please check it out. It's going to be a great time. And also going on the next day, March 14th, is Shamrockin at 7 p.m. in Ankeny. It's going to feature some local artists such as Kyoto, Crayfish, Lolo Savage, and many, many, many more. This is going to take place at the Courtyard by Marriot. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, stay tuned for the show. Okay. Got your headphones on? Yep, good. Hello. How are you guys doing today? You're listening / watching to the McAllister Hours. I am your host, Colin McAllister, and today I am joined by a good friend. I referred to you as Theresa, but it's Parker Theresa is your legal name, correct?
Well, there's a story behind that. We'll get into it later.
You want to get... Okay, yeah, cool. So, for now, let's just refer to her as Theresa.
Edwards.
Theresa Edwards? Okay, Theresa Edwards. I'll make sure to... we'll figure that out. So how you doing today? I'm not too bad. Let's see if I can stop this fucking music. I need to... That intro music always goes too long. So me and Theresa just got done watching Honey Boy with Shia LaBeouf. Written by Shia LaBeouf, co-starring Shia LaBeouf. And before we get into that, I think we're gonna watch the trailer. What do you think?
Let's watch the trailer.
Yeah, let's. Here, you want? Try talking again.
Let's watch the trailer.
Okay, let's watch the trailer. Cool. There you go.
No! And cut! Tail mark! And marker!
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for, huh? You think you're hot because you don't know how good I am at what I do. I see you. Concentrate real hard. Be a 12-year-old. Pie fight. Ugh.
It's not a pie fight.
Think it through. What's your mother got a job for?
Just in case.
In case what?
I don't
In case
know.
you fail. In case it don't work out. Yes, man. She's filling your head full of fear. I pump you full of strength.
Is your phone silent, by the
I know
way?
you got what it takes. You're a star, and I know it. That's why.
Is your phone silenced?
I'm your cheerleader, honey boy.
I don't need to talk about my dad.
Good take. You did it. Good job, everybody.
My dad's not the reason I drink. He's the reason I work.
Come here. Try and let your balls.
You have good instincts.
Oh, this is
I
his
have good
debut.
instincts.
Yeah, you
I got
have
rodeo
good
clown
instincts.
instincts, so I could never make it in Hollywood.
Interesting.
Could if you start when I did.
How do you think it feels to have my son paying me? How do you think that feels?
You wouldn't be here if I didn't pay you.
Yeah. So I get fuck. No. Shit. We don't want to do that. Okay, so Theresa, what was your take on the film? What'd you think? Tell us a little bit.
I thought it was really, really brilliant. It didn't go as deep as I would have liked to have had him explore, but it's definitely a filmmaker's movie.
Yeah.
I think it definitely touched some places that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah, no, I think I don't want to spoil anything, but I think the relationship between him and his father was just done beautifully. I think he really, I mean, obviously I didn't come from anything like that, but I think with any parent, you can relate on some level to that movie, you know?
I agree. I think the struggles with parenthood are universal, no matter what background you come from, even if you have some added challenges from certain areas. So
yeah. Sorry, we're trying to, as always, work in progress. But our next guest, D Wavy, will not have to deal with the audio malfunctions that we got going on right now. Yeah, okay, so one of the things I really, we may talk about this a little bit, one of the things I really like about this film is how they kind of, there's a character in the film who's alluded to or made out to be a prostitute, and her and the boy, the main character, have a relationship kind of throughout the film, and I really kind of thought that was a poetic telling about, what it is to be a whore in the industry. As the boy is obviously a whore himself to both his father and Hollywood, I think that was a really beautiful representation. What do you think?
I think that's a brilliant exposition on that. I agree 100%. I'm sorry, I get even a little bit away from this mic and it cuts out a bit.
Yeah, you got
everybody.
Yeah,
I got it.
My tip is to just like not try to touch, just like talking to the mic, try not to touch it too much, But anyways, you were saying.
I agree 100% that it was a great allegory to his own personal life and what he was going through as a whore to the industry, and maybe that person really existed for him, but we know it's semi-autobiographical. It's not 100% autobiographical, but it's based on his own life and his own life experiences as a young actor, and it was really brilliantly done.
So this is pretty long. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but this is Jimmy Kimmel.
I heard you don't like your outfit.
Oh, it looks so stupid. I look like a corduroy karate kid. Look at this. Look at this.
You know what? Maybe you'll start a thing,
This is ridiculous. It was an idea, it went haywire, but we're here.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure we can CGI it all out and fix it. How you doing? How's everything?
Doing well. How are you?
Boy, that movie's great. That movie you wrote and star in, it is a fantastic movie.
Thank you.
You like it, I assume, right?
I do. I like it, yeah.
It came out the way you hoped it would?
It did. Better than I hoped it would.
It is about your life. You play your dad,
Yes.
or character largely based on your dad, and
Yes.
then there are actors who do a great job playing a young version of you.
Incredible, yeah.
And you wrote this movie while in court-ordered rehab.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, did you say, hey, I got this time, I'm going to be in here, I'm going to do this? Was this something you set out to do?
Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. That he actually wrote this and you can see that after watching the movie. You can tell.
You could tell, and I actually, spoiler, I knew all this long before we ever watched this movie tonight.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch the movie since I first learned about it.
Yeah.
I like Shia LaBeouf, and it's mostly because of a movie he did called Man Down, which most people will never see and not like. But I know a lot of people know him from Even Stevens and the Transformers films, and I know him from other things, and I think he's a versatile artist. So.
No, he's I mean, I think he's morphed quite a bit in his last couple of years. I do think he is a little bit. He's definitely out there, but I mean, it works for comedic effect too. Do it, just do it.
That was actually really good.
Yesterday, you said today.
That was actually a really.
Do you know the story behind that?
I do not.
So there was I don't remember what school, but the school had an assignment for a final paper. All these kids had to write this final paper, and the purpose of not the purpose, but one of the results of this was that Shia LaBeouf was going to read through every paper. And this paper that became the viral video, it was written by this kid literally right before class started, and it was just, it was literally the video. Do it, just do it.
No, I didn't know that. That's really funny. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Hey, good on that kid.
Yeah. He might have failed the class, but he made internet history. So much greater
Winning
achievement.
in life.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's keep watching this.
So you have PTSD.
He talks about
writing. This is how you get to the
some
solution.
stuff.
The only way out is through. So I started writing all these dark chapters, of my life, and it wound up being this script form thing. Sent it to my friend. Became a movie.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Is it true that you now keep in touch with the police officer who arrested you?
Officer Brian. That's my guy. That's my guy.
That's
He
brilliant.
invited me to go fishing yesterday.
He invited you to fish yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that when that incident occurred, you didn't think you'd be a fishing buddy of this
Oh,
guy.
no.
later.
I hated it. Yeah, but life,
Yeah, it takes interesting turns,
It
doesn't
takes
it?
interesting turns.
What kind of fishing was he asking you to do?
Well, we were crabbing down there, so we'd probably be taking me crabbing, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go because you're doing this.
Okay.
So when I got out, I
anyways.
wasn't going to do the Peace Corps no more. So we had
Actually
So-
signed up.
Yeah, and then went into this rehab facility, was there for 2 months, had written this thing, plans changed. So when I got out, I wasn't gonna do the Peace Corps no more. So we had a little conversation about it. They were very peaceful about it.
They didn't threaten to sue?
No, very, very calm. Listen, I'm not gonna come. That's okay. It's not like the Navy or something like that.
Yeah, it's like the Marine Corps where once you sign up, you're in. It doesn't matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, this movie is very moving and really troubling in a lot of ways because you had a really tough childhood. If people saw you as a kid actor, even Stevens and all this stuff, but boy, the life you were living was certainly not glamorous, and it makes me wonder how your dad felt about you playing him. Did you tell him beforehand?
My dad's a pretty off-color character. He wasn't like too enthused about me playing him, I don't know how you are with
I don't
your
know
dad,
why
how you
that
guys
would
are
be.
with that, but my
God,
dad
I
wasn't
wonder.
trying to have me play him, so I lied to him and told him that Mel
move.
Gibson would be playing him.
Mel Gibson.
Brilliant. That's good.
That would have been fucking great.
I know that would have been great. Would have
Fuck the
fit too.
Jews.
They're both just as crazy, I
I sent
think.
the pictures.
So
I said, listen, man, it's not like that. True story.
Oh my God.
And has your father seen the movie yet?
Yes.
He has.
Yes.
And how did he take it?
Oh, well, I didn't ask him. I watched him watch it on webcam.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Did he know
yeah.
you were watching?
Yeah. I told him, listen, I don't want to hear your review. I just want to watch you watch it. So I sat and watched him watch on he's big on Facebook. He has all these robot friends, all these Russians.
oh my God. He's got to get those digs in where he can, and when you watch the movie,
So he does the face
you
cam
get
thing.
it.
a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I said, let me just watch you watch it, man. And it
Wow.
was really emotional.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I was watching it. I was.
He's funny as fuck though, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my God, dude, he's hilarious. You have to watch his story of him telling about his arrest, probably from the same officer, but when he was arrested in New York City, and it's just really great. If we can find a clip of it, it'd be hilarious as hell. But it's on one or two of the talk shows, maybe even Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not sure.
That sounds familiar. Was it when he was? Was it when he was up at a nightclub?
Yeah, when he was at Les Mis or something.
Yeah, he lit up a cigarette.
No, it was Cabaret.
Cabaret. Yep. Yeah, he's shit-faced drunk and lit up a cigarette.
Hilarious.
Crazy
Absolutely
since the last time I
hilarious.
saw you. Is
It
that
does seem
true?
that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
He's pretty well put together now,
guess
I
I have.
think.
Let me
He's
ask
Yeah.
you
mostly recovered from his
specifically about one
episode.
incident because I'm fascinated.
Well, here, you've seen that picture of him getting arrested.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
God, we could do a whole podcast just on Shia
just a
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, I agree. Yeah, I love it.
LaBeouf.
Beowulf. Same struggles.
No, he's wearing like a pot shirt. And he's like, he's either
Well,
going
I
through
wouldn't have
customs or
noticed
getting
that, but
arrested.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everybody must get stoned.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it. He's very provocative, and I like his work, and I know about his art with You Will Not Divide Us. Do you remember that? I liked his art around that. I liked his conviction, and I think that's what I like about him as an artist. And I'm sorry, even a centimeter away from where I'm supposed to be in this kind of cuts
I think
out.
you're like talking on the side of the microphone.
It kind of moves a little bit.
Oh, does it?
I think the screw is loose, like so many of our brains. It slips and moves, and I don't know how to tighten the mic, or I would, but I apologize.
I think you're good. You're good. Yeah, that Will Not Divide Us thing, that was interesting, to say the least. But let's watch this video and his arrest.
You went to you
Oh,
were
it is Jimmy
arrested
Kimmel.
at the
Okay.
musical Cabaret.
Oh, with no facial hair.
Which
That's
seems like first of all, a weird place for you
Not
to be
Shia,
in the first
he
place.
always has facial
Yeah,
hair.
right.
How does
Yeah.
one get
Not Jimmy
arrested?
Kimmel.
Take us through it from the beginning. How does one get arrested at Cabaret?
So I land in New York. I'm coming back from Ireland.
Okay.
Visiting my
As
girl.
one
And in
does,
Ireland,
yeah.
like when you go to Rome, you have
course.
spaghetti. You go to Ireland, you drink whiskey.
He's
Yeah,
obviously
so I had been
rehearsed
drinking
this,
a
but
lot
it's
of
really
whiskey
good
in
still.
Ireland.
Yeah.
I come back.
That's what I'm saying. He
I
could do
land,
stand-up.
and it's
He
World Cup.
could easily.
And you
Why
drink a
does
lot
he
of
not?
whiskey
I don't
during the
know.
World
He doesn't
Cup.
want to limit
Is that
himself.
one of the
Yeah.
traditions of the World Cup?
Yeah, it
Well, he
makes
kind of
it
just
more
fucks around a
fun.
lot.
So
That's like
I'm
his whole
sitting
thing.
at a bar,
Yeah.
and I'm drinking a whole lot of whiskey, and I'm watching.
Like apparently in Rapid City, he like he just like spent a whole summer just like hitchhiking through America and like spending time in the woods and shit. Like just took some time off. I mean, because he fucking can. He's fucking Shia LaBeouf. He can do
Yeah,
pretty much
I mean,
anything.
he's not a woman either. He's not gonna get raped or anything. So
Yeah, that's
probably
true.
not. Anyway, I don't know.
This,
I mean, maybe. I guess
Maybe he might. It's hard to
Could
say.
happen.
You'd be raping Shia LaBeouf, though. I mean, is that what you want
Would
to
it
be
even be
known as?
rape, or would he just be letting it happen? I guess that would be the main question.
I don't know. It's a matter of consent, man.
There would need to be some documentation about that,
Right.
or something. Okay.
Right.
Cup. It's South Korea versus I forget the other team, Lithuania or something.
Okay.
And I really care at this point. I mean, I'm drunk enough to really care.
Who are you rooting for? South Korea or
Lithuania for
Lithuania?
sure.
Okay.
So
The underdogs.
I'm all Lithuania, and I go outside to have a cigarette, and there's this homeless man out there, and I'm same thing I'm working on here is this homeless Marine. And I start talking to him. We start having a conversation.
That's sad.
This
And
is
then a
when
woman
he
runs up and starts
was
taking pictures of me
preparing
with
for
her
a
cell
Man
phone.
Down, where he played a Marine. But I digress.
I guess I don't know when that movie came out. When did the movie
I don't
come
know
out?
either, but that's around the same time period. But I digress.
The show?
It's a movie with.
2016. So that would have been
16?
after. But
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it played a role in that.
Phone and
Yeah,
trips
this
him out.
explains it, 'cause,
So,
yeah.
And I'm 3 sheets to the wind, and I can't really calm him down. He starts running down the road after like 30 minutes of conversation. So I start running after him. And I'm trying to calm this homeless man down in the middle of Times Square.
Only a drunk
And,
person
and
would
he don't
have
want nothing
these
to do with
thoughts,
me,
and
but
we've
I'm not
all been
giving
there.
up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you, stop.
Hey, it's me. We were just talking. Relax.
And meanwhile, they
he's
think
gone.
you're
So I
crazy
turn
and
around,
trying to
start
kill
walking
him,
back
and
to
you're
the
just
Yeah.
trying to help.
Exactly.
And I see this dude who comes up, and I don't know this guy, but he comes up to me. He says, "Hey, Shy, hey man, I'm a big fan." I said, "Thank you." You know, he says, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Well, I'm looking to turn it up a bit, you know. I'm trying to have a good night here. I just got in New York, you know. I'm trying to have a good time."
As
I'm
one would
done with
say,
this
meaning
little
As
Shia
one
LaBeouf.
what's
would,
going
yeah.
on?
And we both know what's coming, you and
he said,
I. I don't know
"Well,
about the
why don't you
audience,
come to
but
my
we
show?
know
You
what's
I'm a dancer in
coming.
this cabaret show."
Oh,
I said,
dear.
"Cabaret? Yeah, cabaret."
Yep,
Cabaret.
cabaret.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Cabaret. So he gives me a ticket. I go up to the thing, and the cabaret is maybe a block away from my bar. So I go pay my Lithuanian bill. I get outside. I'm walking towards the thing, and it's starting now. The drunk is really starting to kick in. I'm really good and drunk at this point. I make it into the theater,
Probably would have
Sounds
been better
like
if he
a
hadn't.
success. We can make it into the theater at this point, knowing what happened.
So I get in the theater, and it's set up in an old club. So there's you know, what I know of Broadway is it's like this kind of setup. And in this show, they had tables. And there was all these women in burlesque, and I'm like, oh, this really is some kind of party or something. So I'm walking to my seat, and on the way to the seat, I see that there's this bar over here. And I go, oh, yeah, sure, I'll have another drink, because I need one. So I get another double whiskey, and I sit in my seat, and there's these two beautiful 50-year-old women. And I say, oh, yeah, well, tonight's the night, ladies. What's it going to be? What do you want to drink? And they look at me like, don't talk to me. So I take it as a sign that they want exactly what I'm drinking.
That's one does, Shia.
And I get 2 more double whiskeys. While I'm at the bar, there's a fruit plate. And I'm like, well, this is a really nice thing to just be offering fruit like this. So I start taking fruit off the fruit plate, and I'm feeding this other woman who looks about 50, 60 or so. And I'm feeding this woman strawberries, and I forget I'm even in the show anymore. And after that finishes, I walk back to my seat with these drinks.
Good intentions.
And I put the drinks down, and they don't want nothing to do with it. And I say, well, all right, well, you're not going to have them, so I'll have them.
Of course he has them.
Now I'm drinking.
Why waste it? All right, we've all been there at one point or another.
Out comes Alan Tudyk, or Alan Cumming.
Alan Cumming, he's a great guy. I love that guy.
So Alan Iverson's there, and I'm into it. You know, I never knew Alan Iverson was into Broadway.
It's Alan Cumming.
And he's smoking a cigarette. So I go, oh, he's got kind of party. Perfect. I want to have cigarettes.
All right, y'all need to look up Alan Cumming. He's a
pull the cigarette out, smoking a cigarette.
Here, we'll look at it after this.
To do with me. Nobody wants nothing to do with, but I don't see them. I'm just seeing Alan Iverson in leather pants. You're like, this is the craziest show I've ever seen.
I don't know who that is.
And then he puts his cigarette out and he starts walking. It looks like he's winking at me. And I'm thinking, oh, well, this is great. And at this point, I see the ballet guy who gave me the ticket, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, pal? And now everybody's looking at me, and now I'm feeling like, whoa, this is kind of weird. I know that kind of show. Alan Cummings walks past me, I forget all about that again. And all I'm thinking about is the leather pants and him winking at me. And he walks past me, and I give him a slap on the ass because I think he deserves it.
Oh, my God.
Probably trying to save him from himself, but it's too late for Shia at this point.
He's the sexiest man I've ever seen. I'm thinking, you know, and I don't just slap, but I slapped and grabbed him.
That's the beginning of the end.
I grabbed the whole cheek because I wanted the party right here in my pants. I wanted to grab the whole party.
I don't mean to interrupt, but that's one of the male camaraderie things I never understood.
I don't, even being in the Army, I never really saw people do that. I've heard about it and seen it on movies, but not in real life. But I'm a female, and even in the male-oriented military, I never even really saw that.
Well, I think that's different.
I don't know what people do.
Well, because I was like in basketball and track and all that. And they did, like, basketball especially is where they get the whole ass. They get that whole palm. And
I don't get it either. What about the
women did it too, though.
Women did it too?
Yeah, the women teams did. You would see them, they go, boop, 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 boop.
But I don't think it was, like, the same.
No, it wasn't to the same extent, maybe, but I mean, it happened.
Anyway, I don't know. But what about the towel thing? Did they do that?
Well, that's locker room right there.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's when they like, yeah, that's when they torture you. They get a towel wet.
Oh, this is like, absolutely horrible. I don't even understand. Anyway, we digress.
Anyways, I was just saying I don't understand that.
And so he finds a way to wiggle out of my Hercules grip, and I'm a little disappointed about it. So I think it's time to have another cigarette. So,
oh my God!
So I start having a cigarette, and the security guard comes up and says, "Can you put the cigarette out? No problem." Anyway, we get to intermission, and a person tells me there's another party outside, and I'm thinking, oh well, okay. And I see 6 cops having their own party.
It's a party, all right.
Anyways, they wound up taking me to the station. Oh man!
Right along, or
no? It was come to the station.
Yeah, right.
And so
come with us.
I get to the station and I quickly realize this isn't. I'm not supposed to be here. You know, this is not. I'm not made for this setup. You know, I get in there and you know, this dude says, "Oh, Whitey's here. It's time for snitching." And I'm
oh boy.
So my possum is like, "You gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. You're gonna die in here." So I turn into Tupac. And now I'm ripping my shirt off and I'm doing push-ups like, you know, don't mess with me.
Oh my
I'm
God.
Crazy, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, probably not a great idea.
Well, no,
he's drunk.
Well, maybe not being drunk, but that's actually like what you want to do in prison. You want to like make it instant that you're the dominant. You don't want anybody to fuck with you or else you get eaten alive.
Yeah, he's in New York City lockup.
Yeah.
For drunk tank behavior, so I'm not sure it applies, but. I digress.
Yeah.
I'm like
I don't
cabaret.
know.
I don't know either. I don't want
Trying to help you out, Shia.
He's beyond help.
Anyway, so then they fingerprint me. They fingerprint me to do the whole business, and I got to get out of this little cell with these 6 dudes. I'm tripping, and so I figure, you know, I'm gonna spit on this cop's shoe. That's my way out. So I spit on his shoe, and I'm looking at him, and it was, and he put a mask on me, a Hannibal mask and a lead jacket, and ushered me into my private little dwelling, where I sat for 25 hours, and then they gave me a McDonald's egg sandwich.
That was awfully nice. Yeah.
That's the story.
I don't think they do that for every inmate that they arrest. I mean,
I think they don't want to do that for Shia.
yeah, he got lucky.
But yeah, all very interesting. I think he's definitely. You hear about a lot of child celebrities like Colleen McCulkin, other people who really became fucked up being child actors. I think this movie really brings that to light.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Macaulay Culkin's age, and I remember growing up with him simultaneously, and I can't believe I'm the same age as Macaulay fucking Culkin, but I am.
He looks like 10, 15 years older than you at this point.
He does. I don't know what the hell. But to my knowledge, I mean, he never got arrested that I know of. I remember he got married really young and then divorced.
Yeah.
But other than just being a weird character and looking kind of odd, which I guess, I mean, Hollywood does when you grow up with the Hollywood machine. As far as I know, he never did the things Shia LaBeouf or any of the other, like, what the fuck is that Tiger Blood guy? Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that
Charlie Sheen, who was very young when he was caught by the machine. Yeah, I knew he was winning. Oh, absolutely winning.
That's about the dumbest question in the world, obviously.
Oh, that's pretty good. But yeah, I can't. I just didn't even. I don't know. It's really strange. I don't know. I think it's a hard life. I think that kid actors have it hard. I think you have the right people in your corner to come out of it alive.
Yeah.
I mean, really alive and not just drowning yourself in alcohol or drugs or, other mental health issues that don't get addressed. So.
Well, it's kind of interesting because a lot of those kid actors too, they end up getting out of it and just leading normal lives. You wouldn't even know unless seeing them or recognizing them.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that long before your time, Coleman. There was what's his name? One of the Corys. One of the Corys. You remember? Do you remember the Lost Boys? Corey Feldman,
no.
the Goonies.
I mean, I'm familiar, but I'm not really familiar.
We'll help him on this, and we'll educate him and bring him up to speed on really great movies that he needs to see that are before his time. But there's Corey Feldman, and then there was another Corey. I can't remember his last name, but forgive me at this moment. But he basically just had serious drug and alcohol problems, and they were known as the two Coreys. And you would probably remember something about this if I showed you pictures. You'd be like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
well, let's look it up. Who's the guy?
Look up Corey Feldman or the two Coreys, and we'll find the other guy's last name.
Corey
But
Feldman, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Corey Feldman's familiar. The other Corey, though, he's dead because he...
Oh, this guy.
You remember him. Yeah,
he was... Guy. Fuck, what was he?
I don't know. He's done a few things.
Oh, shit. What movie is that?
I was such a little License to Drive came out. I was a little kid, so I don't really remember a whole lot about it. But
okay, yeah. I was gonna say I thought he came out talking about sexual abuse.
And that's another problem with the alleged problem, probably real problem with the Hollywood industry with kids is
there's a huge
sexual exploitation and sexual abuse, things like that.
Yeah, I did not watch the Michael Jackson documentary.
No, I have no interest in it, but it's not for it's. I only have so many hours a day,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's physically not enough time to catch up on everything. What's even the point?
Yeah, I could, but I don't see anything I could really learn from it. I didn't already know.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing too.
Sometimes bad things happen. So.
Yeah, but I guess what I recognized him from was Stand By Me.
That's a very good point. Yeah, with Will Wheaton and
Yeah, River.
River
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And we know River died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, he died young. What was it?
Very young.
Early 20s.
Yeah, he was early 20s, I believe.
Let's see when he died.
I don't remember what year that was, but
he died in 93.
93. Wow. Oh gosh. A long time ago now.
23 years old.
Wow. Yeah, that's really sad. And his brother.
Joaquin's brilliant.
Joaquin it's just
But
amazing
he's fucked
actor.
up too.
You know, there's an old movie from the 80s, and I say old with quotation marks because it's not horribly old, but there's a movie called Parenthood with Steve Martin. It's kind of a comedy that has Joaquin is as a kid.
Keep talking. I'm gonna grab beer.
It's a really good movie, and a comedy drama type thing. It's got oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Is it Ellen Weiss? I don't remember either or. You can see that Joaquin he had the ability his brother River had. And it would have been interesting to see what would have became of River, because I saw him in a lot of other things. And there was a military movie I remember that he was in, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Not too long before he passed away, but yeah, I mean they had gifts. And
did you ever see My Private Idaho?
I did actually.
That was
it's
really
been a
good.
long time. I had
Keanu.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, and it's been a long time since I saw that. I should really watch that again.
It's weird. That Gus Fring Strat guy is a really weird guy. He did a movie. It was based off Kurt Cobain. I don't remember what's. It's not. I mean, it's very loosely based, but you can tell it's about Kurt Cobain.
Oh wow, I don't. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that.
Let me see. I didn't see Running on Empty. I heard that was really good though.
I vaguely remember it. It's been many years since I've seen it. As a movie aficionado, I feel really bad because I should really catch up on these movies that I love.
It's like what we were just talking about. I mean, it would take a lifetime.
Too many. Yeah, there's only so many hours in a day.
Here we go. Last Days.
Nice.
It's about Kurt Cobain. Well, it's I think it's a French film. Well, I think it's in French.
That's okay.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you can tell the symbol, like, you know.
Yeah,
looks just like
I
him.
mean, yeah, you can tell it's obviously referencing Kurt Cobain. Whether it's how accurate it is, I mean,
it's not accurate at all.
It's probably got some good good points about society and fame and things like that.
Yeah, it does a really good job. Look like it's like a fictitious version of Kurt Cobain in his last days. Like they depict him like running out in the woods in the beginning, and like just, you know, obviously it's not accurate, but the idea is still there.
You know, it's really funny. I was very young when he died. I do remember when he died. I don't remember when you were born, Coleman, but I know.
Talk about River.
No, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, I died. It's not died. I'm still alive. I was born in 95.
95. Okay.
Yes,
so
he died before I was born.
After he died. So I remember when Kurt Cobain passed away, and it was really disturbing because this hadn't happened a whole lot before with suicides. And I remember in our high school, which was here in Des Moines, they were really concerned about all of us committing suicide or doing horrible things. And I remember them taking us aside in class and telling us individually in class that, because they knew what kind of an icon he meant to us and how teenagers are. So I mean, they were trying to look. The teachers were trying to look out for us. The administration was trying to look out for us, and they were really. And this is before school shootings were a common occurrence and things like that. So they were, but they saw the writing on the wall, and they kind of knew what was coming down the pipeline. So kudos to them for at least trying to understand teenagers. Whether they did or didn't matter.
At least they attempted.
They attempted. They really tried, and they weren't trying to control us. They were trying to let us express our feelings. And grateful I went to North High School where that could happen here in Des Moines. So I've heard some other horrible stories where that didn't really happen in Des Moines, but it was a really weird period of time, and I can't believe it's something that I can live through and, you know, tell my future kids and things like that. It's really weird. I never thought this would happen to me at this point in my life. So abnormal.
Yeah, that whole thing was really sad. I mean,
Yeah.
Obviously I wasn't alive, but what I've seen, and just the fact that they're at the peak of their career. Nirvana probably would not be what they are today if he hadn't killed himself.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and it's really, really, really hard to tell. But I also remember very vividly when Tupac was killed as well, and that was another thing. It was a different kind of thing because it was a murder versus a suicide, but it was still.
It was the same effect where something had been taken from us,
Yeah, very similar effect, and coming from a school where poverty was the modus operandi versus the exception. The exception was having more money than most of us had. Most of us did not come from money at North High School at that time, and I think that's probably still the case. But it was really eye-opening and really odd that all these things have happened in my life, and I realized that the same kinds of things that have maybe happened in generations before me is just going to keep happening. People that affect us are going to pass away, and we're going to have to deal with it and learn how to take what they taught us and bring it to the future. So
yeah, exactly. Well, and one of the things that always really pissed me off about that is how the whole conspiracy theory that what the fuck is it? Courtney Love killed him.
I've heard it 1,000 times. There's a whole website.
There's the doc. Did you see the documentary?
I have actually.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
I am not a fan, and
there's
no logical
some
reason behind covering up this alleged.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can come of this other than there's somebody that's. I think I have emotional issues, or maybe he's just looking for a financial gain. I'm not sure. Either or, it doesn't matter. It's not real.
No. I mean,
I lived through it. It's
the two things I take away from it are, I think, well, the first thing is it downplays the severity of what he was going through. You see those videos of him, at concert, like grabbing the can. Here, let's show that. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know if we'll get fucked for copyright, but I think at this point we're down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, somebody would have to take a serious interest to record
yeah, right.
us, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to get more than 100 views before anyone can.
Probably.
Let's see. Oh, we don't need to watch. I want like the compilation there.
It's so hard because things are put up and taken down
There's so much
immediately
shit on
nowadays.
the internet.
It's hard to isolate YouTube now. It's so tightly controlled.
There's like, I can't find it, but there's like some video where it's like a little bit of everything.
I know what you're talking about because I've seen it before. When you said that, I know what you're talking about.
So this one obviously is earlier in the career.
That's really early.
This
God,
isn't
what
related
year is
to
that?
his suicide. I mean, he was on heroin this whole time, though.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure when he started it.
Did you ever see Montage of Heck?
What is it?
Montage of Heck?
I have, actually. It's really good.
Well, I know he started using heroin, like, early. Like,
I know it was relatively early. I just don't know when. My Nirvana timeline is kind of fucked up.
What was that?
You know what? Stomach cramps, yeah, I mean, I don't buy that entirely.
I'm not saying it was
no, but I know what he said. I know he said it was, and I do believe his pain was real, physically, mentally, and otherwise. I do totally believe that. I just don't think that most people turn to heroin for stomach cramps. Yeah, so
there was something else involved. I don't think it was just him. It's not like heroin's not the last resort or anything. It is last. I guess what I'm saying is it is last resort. Yeah. There are probably plenty of other things you can use that aren't heroin for that kind of stuff.
Have you watched this before?
I've seen some of these clips. I've seen plenty of these clips.
Let me ask you something because you're a little bit younger than me. What's it like for you watching clips like this that I lived through? Is that bizarre as shit or what?
No, you see, when I was growing up,
I was really young, but I was still.
Still able to understand it. I don't know when I was
relatively,
Yeah, when I was growing up, I just grew up listening to a lot of old shit.
Yeah.
My friends, I was a 90s kid, so my friends were listening to their dad's CDs from like the 70s and 80s. They were listening to Black Sabbath,
so the same
AC/DC.
stuff that I was still, that were my parents.
So I always kind of grew up with a vision of looking back at things. I remember.
So you're a young millennial. I'm a very old millennial. I'm the oldest that you could be to be a millennial. So.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm technically.
You might be Generation Z.
Yeah, I think I'm technically. I'm like I'm old Generation
old
Z.
Gen
Though.
Z. Yeah.
I remember dial-up internet.
You remember that?
I do.
Sound from AOL.
Yeah. I totally remember that.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Mom, can you get off the phone? I'm in the middle of a fucking game. Come on. I didn't say that, though. If I said F-bomb, I would have been grounded for a long time.
It would have been like Honey Boy, where it would have been acceptable. You would have been grounded or something.
Go smoke a cigarette in the bathroom.
I don't think that would have happened in your family.
I don't want to spoil anything for the movie, but that was one of the things to me that was like so... Like, that was obviously something that really happened in his life, smoking that young. There's a scene,
I think so, yeah. And I've seen it in my friends, so I mean, I know it's a reality. Yeah.
I know people who started smoking before they were 10.
But it's more than just knowing people that started smoking that young. I actually, I went to North High School, and I don't know if you know anything about North High School, but North High School was a very rough school, and a lot of economic poverty, and it's in an industrial area of Des Moines. And while I have a great love of North High School, and I do for various reasons, it was still during the time very hard to go to. I did know a lot of friends that's what their parents were like, and they would do that kind of thing. And I was just really lucky I had the right people in my life that guided me in a different direction. I did try to smoke, but I hated it, and it was terrible.
You've actually tried cigarette?
Oh, I tried. I tried many. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to fit in badly, and so, but and it didn't work, and I choked every time, and I just came to the conclusion it was stupid. I mean, most people are not like me. They don't have such extreme reaction to cigarette smoke, but I did.
Well,
luckily,
if you don't mind me asking, like, what age were you exposed to that cigarette? Like when was that when you tried a cigarette? When would that have been for you?
That's a good question. I think the very first time I tried it, I was probably 10.
Oh, wow.
But that was just a one-off kind of thing. I think when I really tried to smoke, I was probably a freshman in high school.
Okay. That's like 14, so that's
13,
even still
14,
that.
Yeah, maybe 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried it when I was in the Army. I tried it, and it's a social activity, and it's a stress reliever and a social activity. So I see why people do it. And it's addictive, so it helps. It makes you feel better. For the moment.
It helps in the moment. It doesn't really help.
And long term, obviously, we know what the effects are. So.
No, like when I've gone in and I was smoking, one of the things I've always noticed is when I quit for a long period of time, anxiety is fine, and then I'll have a fit of anxiety, and I'll have a cigarette trying to relieve my anxiety. But after you have the cigarette, your anxiety is actually heightened. So cigarettes actually long-term heighten your anxiety, but in the short term, they relieve it. So that's why it's so addicting. So you're just keep trying to get that relief, and it's impossible unless you quit.
I see that. Yeah, I see that. I'm just really happy it never stuck with me.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was trying to say is like I started smoking. Well, I don't smoke anymore, but when I smoked for about 5 years. Well, I started smoking probably when I was just before I turned 19. And I really think if I,
That's later than a lot of people
Exactly.
know.
I really think if I had been dumb and I had tried it when I was like that age, I wouldn't have ever started smoking because I would have known for myself that's just such a this is such a shitty thing that they shouldn't be doing.
You see, guys, even Generation Z is not immune to the addictions that we have readily available in this world and in America particularly because it's just out there, and our healthcare is such shit that we don't take care of people's mental health. We don't take care of people. We're really lucky that most of us are on stronger things. Ruining our lives in other ways that I think financially exempts a lot of us from doing. Thankfully.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's easier, buying cigarettes and some alcohol, or trying to get an appointment with a doctor, like a therapist?
You can easily go and do other things.
Yeah.
rather than it. You can take a month to get an appointment with a doctor.
Well, yeah, a psychiatrist. I mean, that's
Even
like a month and a
longer
half average.
Oh,
at
there
least.
you go. Yeah, especially here in Iowa.
Especially in Iowa.
Yeah, which are we still last in the nation for mental health?
South Dakota's last.
Oh, we're close to last. We're almost
I will
on
say
the
it has
end.
gotten better.
We've gotten better.
It has gotten better over the last couple of years, but yeah, overall it's still pretty bad.
Oh, that's terrible. We can do so much better.
We could.
We could, but we don't.
Lutheran. Have you ever been to the Lutheran hospital, the mental?
No,
ward there?
I have a lot of friends that have. I've heard good things and mixed things, so I don't know.
It's that's a shithole.
Is it?
Yeah, you're better off not going. Honestly, you're better off just staying at home
sad.
and
That's
taking a week off.
That's so sad. Most people, and that's the sad thing is a lot of people can't take a week off, and I've got a lot of friends that use the VA mental health system. And,
Yeah.
mixed feelings. I mean, it's everywhere. We can definitely do a lot better, and
Mental health is one of the
yeah.
biggest problems.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a really segue, a distraction here. You're going to watch a little bit of this video and maybe talk a little bit about it. Why I use the bathroom. Kurt Cobain's pissed off moments. Be right back.
Probably seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of his pissed off movements, though. So. I don't know who that guy is singing. Is he an audience member or? Oh, that's Kurt Cobain right there in the flannel, of course. Who's the hat guy? I think it's somebody from the audience. I don't know. He's probably like 60 years old now and a grandparent or something. I have no idea. Anybody recognize this guy? Oh, Seattle shenanigans. They're so edgy and deep. Yes, anger. Yeah, we've all been there. I get it. I think he's from the audience for now. The weird thing is I think I know their entire catalog, Coleman. This is very odd. It's just kind of osmosis. I don't even have to listen or own everything.
Oh, like all their music.
I think I do just organically. I don't even. I don't even own any CDs from them from back in the day. I own other shit. But
before we start this, no, I was probably as addicted to Nirvana as Kurt Cobain was addicted to heroin at one point.
Oh, God. No wonder. Okay, this explains so many things. Poor boy.
So yeah, I listened to Nirvana like hardcore for like 2 years straight, all the time.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I don't know how good or bad that was from mental health, but
just whatever.
Okay, but if we go back, there's this part where he's grabbing the camera, like right there's. You'll probably see it.
Where is this? Do we know?
Where these shows are?
Yeah, is this the Seattle area? Or
probably
somewhere else?
Seattle.
It's hard to say. He's got the short hair going on.
They did a lot of touring, like in their home base or like overseas.
I'd be so mad if I was. Oh, okay, makes sense. I get it. Yeah, no, I'm with him. I'd want him away from me too and off the stage. Where's the security? They didn't care at all.
Well, that was
like,
the problem.
Whatever happens.
They booked all the so for the Nevermind tour, they booked all these really small venues,
which is fine. Most people don't act like assholes.
Well, yeah, but they blew up so quick they didn't have the security.
Okay,
so they were fucked. That
they were on Sub Pop Records. That was their original record label was Sub Pop.
Yeah,
and I think that Sub Pop somehow did they sell them to somebody else or did another record label?
I thought they switched over. Didn't they switch over to Columbia?
That makes sense if they did.
Sub Pop was
and they still exist too, I think.
That was Bleach.
It was Bleach.
Sub Pop was Bleach. They might have been Nevermind too, but I think In Utero was a different record
I can't
label.
believe you know this. I never knew this about you, Coleman. I didn't know you knew more about Nirvana than I do. So
I'm a nerd.
You are,
and it's
okay.
I spend way too much time just looking up shit.
No, and that's great. I mean, this is important history. So
it is important history.
Yeah.
There's not been a band quite like them since.
I don't think so. No, I can't think of anything before or after. Really, not even.
Yeah, look at Chris. Chris even is getting fucking pissed. He's the chillest guy ever.
Chris, the bassist.
The bassist.
Yeah. No, he's great. He ran for office.
Yeah,
somewhere.
So I hate to keep pausing this. He's a politician now.
Yeah. Did you watch the Hall of Fame induction?
I did not watch.
It's so, we should find it for everybody. It's great.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
really
Enough
good to watch.
of Kurt Cobain raging. Everybody gets it. That guy's crazy, a crazy fucker.
He was pretty crazy. I mean, but he was brilliant and all the things that we loved about him. So.
Well, the video I did want to watch with Kurt, there's one distinctly, like, it was right before, it was like months before he died.
Oh wow. Yeah, that would be... Some of those things are kind of hard for me to watch now. It's kind of surprising. I guess feelings I haven't revisited in 20 years. So.
Yeah. So, shit. What was the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, it was a St. Vincent and I think Joan Jett.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, there it is. That's the right one. Oh, there he is. Chris Novoselic and
David Grohl.
David Grohl, of course, we know him from. Yep. Pap Smear.
Wait. Is the drummer from Nirvana and the lead singer for Foo Fighters the same person? What?
I can't.
You ever see that meme?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just kind of like, yeah. I mean, people grow up and they age, so that's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. They have to have new career outlets.
I thought this was a really well done grown-up performance, and I hadn't thought about or listened to Nirvana in a long time when I saw this originally, which it might have been a little after it came out. But when was this? Like 2-3 years ago?
Let's see.
I don't even know.
2014. That's when it was uploaded anyways.
Longer than I thought, so maybe I saw it shortly after it came out.
And that music means so much to so many people, and there's new generations and new bands.
That's really Kurt's mom in the back, I think.
Oh, is that?
I think it could be his sister. I think it's his mom, though.
I know he had a mom and his sister. Yeah.
And when Nirvana, we did.
Absent, of course, was his daughter, which I totally understand. She was really young when this was happening. I think she was legally an adult, but not very old. I think when
Kurt's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh wait! Oh, you talk about when this video.
Yeah, when this video.
Oh yeah.
So she was allegedly
Frances Bean.
Frances, yeah, she was allegedly sick, but I mean.
Oh, is she?
Well, she was at the time of this.
Well, I know
allegedly,
she's tried to stay out of the spotlight, which understandable.
Hard for her, I think.
Yeah.
Parents are rock icons.
For the music community, I want to thank Sub Pop Records.
Sub Pop, there we go.
There you go.
The music community in Seattle and Washington State.
Brilliant.
I want to thank Buzz Osborne.
Ah, there we go, Buzz Osborne. Where was he? He was with. Oh gosh, who was it that he was with? Am I thinking of the Melvins or somebody else?
I don't even know who Buzz Osborne is.
Local Seattle, Washington area people. Anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Wait, you talking about the Misfits?
No, the people.
The Melvins. That's who you're talking about.
The Melvins and some other people that were influential to Nirvana.
Music. Steve Albini. And Butch Vig.
I think he was a producer on one of them, wasn't he?
Silver for introducing us to the music industry properly. And thank you all again.
So I guess that wasn't really much of a speech.
No, but
didn't really seem like got into it, but
the bands really kind of got into it quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
St. Vincent, I think, and I think it was Joan Jett also. These strong female leads that did a really good job of, being the voice that Kurt could no longer be. So it was really nice to see.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try to find that just while we're still kind of on it. I'm gonna find that clip.
I'll be right back.
You're gonna pee? Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to find this. Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is it. Oh, yep. This is the video. Okay. So, while we are waiting, Yeah. Oh shit! Jesus Christ. We don't need to get into that all day yet. Oh my God! I got a million fucking videos going. Jesus Christ. But yeah, while we're waiting, make sure to check out both Mauville Mews Friday the 13th at 9 and Shamrockin at the Courtyard by Marriot in Ankeny at 7 on the 14th. So please check out those local rappers. If you got less than $20 to spend and you want to have a good ass weekend, that's a great way to do it. I guarantee it. Now, if you're an alcoholic like I am and you need drinks, I guess set aside some money from that, or be smart and get fucked up right beforehand. Who knows? Maybe somebody will be smoking a joint or passing around something. You never know. Okay. And Theresa is back.
Sorry, what a break here.
All right. This is the video I was talking about. We're not going to watch this whole thing, but I want to get to the part where he goes fucking nuts.
Is this where he just...
Oh, here it is. Yep, here it is. Here it is. So now you've been playing at this point.
Yeah,
this happened
like, fuck
probably...
everything now. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
This probably happened a couple months before he died. He's all strung out.
But you know he had left the facility against medical advice and
he escaped.
Climbed the wall.
Yeah, climbed the wall, yeah. And he's dead 3 days later, or something like that. Yep, here it is. He's spitting in the fucking thing. He's like making out with it.
You know, it's kind of it's really haunting to knowing everything that happened, to listen to his lyrics. I mean, everything kind of was laid out and right there, and I take all that kind of seriously now. I think a lot of us take it seriously now.
But yeah, back then everybody thought he was just going nuts, and they didn't even think anything of it.
Or whatever, whatever they thought. I mean, society was a bunch of bullshit back then. So
look at that! Look at that look in the camera. That's look at him, just his eyes staring. He's like, fuck everything. I hate my life. I hate everything I'm doing right now.
I think maybe contempt at some things, but maybe
he hated being famous.
I don't. No, I'm not sure if he hated being famous. I think that he hated the way he felt, and maybe some of the freedom that he had lost. But I do think that he struggled with financial aspects of it. But every band wants to be famous. Otherwise, how are you known? You have to want to be famous, and he knew that he wanted to be famous. They tried to be famous, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how else are you going to get music out if you're not famous?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're relegated to local acts or whatever, So, I don't know. Mixed feelings about that. A lot of media spin around that for many years, so I'm not sure what's real anymore.
Who knows what's going on with their reality?
Right, nobody knows.
Well, I think this might be a good point to take a break. What do you think?
We could take a break, a little recharge.
Yeah, a little recharge. Get back into it.
Sounds good.
I don't know how much. I know you say you don't want to go into too much personal stuff, but I am curious to hear about your name. You said you would talk about that.
It's easy. There's nothing really serious about it. It's not even worth talking about, really. So.
Well, okay. Well, we'll get into a little bit. We're going to take a short, quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right. Keep going. What were you saying?
So, who was the young rapper that I saw the last episode on?
There were 2 of them.
Yeah, there were 2.
There was Jackson Place, who I know personally, and then there was Jay Smooth, who, interestingly...
The one who moved here. And
then he grew up in China.
Here. That's interesting.
I thought that was cool as fuck.
That was interesting, yeah. It was actually interesting to hear both of them talk. That was, I think, a really good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
I liked hearing about it, so...
I can't believe that China is what it is out there,
It's pretty amazing and interesting that, people come from everywhere and end up in Des Moines, Iowa. And it's always been that way. I grew up with a shit ton of immigrants from Asia, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand were normal places where the immigrant kids came from. It was really cool. A good multicultural experience, and I didn't really know a whole lot other than that growing up. It was nice, and they invited me into their homes, and let me eat with them, and they were the kindest people ever. And also the Bosnian refugees I remember as well, from the war in the 90s. I remember that. I don't know if you remember anything about that.
No, I'm
Our
not
school was
familiar.
a refugee school, and so we
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so we had all these kids that were, my age now, and I'd like to find where they are. I don't know what happened to them, but I keep in contact with a couple of them. Randomly, and they're doing pretty well.
Well, that's always the thing I've found interesting about Des Moines is there seems to be a high population of Bosnians.
Yeah.
Which this isn't really
from the war in the 90s. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I grew up in Northwest Iowa, and I had not even I didn't even realize that Bosnian was a person, like a group, until I moved here.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're all mostly Muslim, and to me, I grew up with that, and so. To me, having them in my environment, having them invite us over for tea and things like that, and they were part of our lives, and I just didn't know any different. And their parents were great, and they were just doing the best they could to integrate, and it was just a fantastic experience for us. And I hope that we were okay to them.
Yeah.
I like to think that we didn't think anything really all that different of them. They were just a part of us. I feel really lucky to have that experience.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like Des Moines doesn't strike me as somewhere that's, I mean, it's always been apparent to me that it's a very diverse place.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't think that, but it's true. It's very diverse.
I don't really walk it, living in Northwest Iowa, or even back when I lived in South Dakota, you ran into racism and bigotry all the time, and it's not really something that. I mean, I just honestly don't see it a lot around here. Maybe I don't get out enough, but I mean, surely it's there.
It's here. I mean, anywhere there's white privilege.
But you don't see it I guess you don't you're not walking down the street and you don't see that instantly.
No, we're lucky living in Des Moines, where it's a lot more diverse than a lot of any other area, probably.
Especially considering it's the Midwest.
Right. You're right. Yeah. No, exactly, and. A lot of people don't know what our former governor, Robert E. Ray, did, which was a Republican governor that before I was even born, and he invited all these refugees here. We became a refugee city.
Wow.
With a lot of, mostly, if I remember right, it was mostly Asian refugees from Asian countries, like Vietnam and Thailand and Laos and, I don't know, maybe Burma or something like that, but...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
When you go downtown, you'll see Robert E. Ray Drive. I don't know if that area is open right now with all the construction we have going on, but you'll see it down there, and then you'll all maybe remember this conversation. Want to look him up, but I don't remember when he died. But I've always, when I was raised here, for the most part, I mean, it was pretty diverse, especially at North High.
Well, that's good. So we were talking earlier. You kind of talked on the beginning of the podcast. I know it's just kind of not really a big deal, but just because it's been said, I kind of want to ask. What's going on with your name? What do I call you?
And there's a big thing on my social media. I tried to change it back, and it kept correcting me automatically.
I hate that shit.
So I can't fix it now, and I'm not even going to try. So anyway, I'm just Theresa.
Okay.
So that's what I go by. I won't go into the history behind that. It's a long story.
Okay, so you don't want to go into that.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, just Theresa.
Just Theresa. Okay, so this is Theresa, not to be confused with other Theresa, who is actually,
great person.
she scammed the fuck out of people.
She did.
People don't even think about that.
Most people don't know that, though.
Yeah, like my mother would, like just growing up in the Catholic Church, like, oh, Mother Teresa. Yeah, I mean, there's Jesus Christ, Pope Francis II, and then Mother Teresa. It's like, fuck Mother Teresa. She stole everybody's money.
She's not a saint, and yet, maybe someday she will be, but
that would be the
Catholic Church knows about her.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Maybe you could tell some of the readers about this, or the listeners about this, is that what would I already know about Mother Teresa and her
here, let's look this up.
Which isn't what people think. She seems to rather enjoy suffering and letting those in her care suffer. She was not the saint that everybody thinks that she was. She had a good media machine behind her, right, Coleman?
It was a good machine. Yeah. I mean, they kept. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
There we go. Criticism of Mother Teresa.
Yeah, there's an entire Wikipedia article dedicated to this, which I love.
I am not related to Mother Teresa.
Let's see. Okay, so there's issues with quality in medical care.
Oh, that's absolutely the worst. When I read books by Christopher Hitchens, who you.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That goes into.
Oh, does he go into that in detail?
It goes into Mother Teresa because it was a big deal apparently when he started writing books in the late 80s, early 90s, apparently. So.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess when was she active in the 80s and 90s then?
I remember her from when I was a child being held up as a paradigm of virtue.
Yeah. I mean, that was in my childhood too.
I still get to this day that people think my name is so great because of Mother Teresa. And, I have to go into the whole thing, and I believe me, anything that Coleman and I can do is 10 times better than what Mother Teresa ever did in her life.
Yeah.
I hate saying that to disappoint some of you, but she wasn't a great paradigm of virtue.
No, she was not really. She took advantage of the system. Yeah.
She did. And I think that the Catholic Church at the time also used her to their better.
Oh yeah, she was an instrument. For
those that were in power at the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's just read this for people who are not maybe necessarily watching.
Baptism of Jews, dead Jews. Is that too? I think they might have.
Okay, well, so that's the second article. Let's read this first one. 91, Robin Fox, editor of the British Medical Journal, the Lancet. 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 Yeah, I can't talk. Let's just. Let's see. Fox conceded that the regimen he observed, including cleanliness, the tending of wounds and sores, and kindness, but he noted that the sisters' approach to managing pain was disturbingly lacking.
Well, let's go into that a little bit because I want to give some background the Wikipedia article does not do because I have read a couple of books about this.
Yep, go into it.
She was given a lot of money for medical care for these indigent people that needed her help. And they were just kind of left to die.
Yeah, and she took a lot of the money. Isn't that what happened? Yeah.
The church took a lot of the money. And the good name that was created out of this bullshit, basically, which was that Mother Teresa was an angel, a saint, a savior, something along those lines, living in, walking in Jesus' footsteps, which is just utter bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They took all this money, millions and millions of dollars was not put toward caring for any of these patients.
So let's see. Relationships with controversial public figures. She accepted. Oh, I did not know about that. She was involved in the mafia?
I think, some of the mafia had donated a great deal of money to her for whatever reason.
Damn. I did. So. I'm just reading here. So she
said. Only touches on the very, very, very tip of it. I can't remember all the books I've read, but Christopher Hitchens.
Yep, it says right here. Hitchens levels criticism as what he perceived by Mother Teresa's endorsement of the government.
He introduced me to some of this, but I researched it on my own, and it's turned out to be true and disturbing as fuck.
Yeah, it is. All this is so disturbing.
Very disturbing.
She accepted money from the British publisher Robert Maxwell, who, as was later revealed, embezzled 450 million UK dollars from his employees' pension funds. And I already know where this is going. She kept all of it. They even wrote her a letter.
It's not like she lived in a lap of luxury, but her organization, kept what do they do with it?
Exactly.
All this money.
I'm sure she kept up with appearances, but
Yeah, I mean, and she had many letters. She doubted the existence of God herself and things.
Really?
She did, and she wrote letters about this, which you can find.
Huh.
If you just look up Mother Teresa doubts God, I mean, all these are published now, all these years later. The Catholic Church is still pretty intent on using her as some kind of a paradigm of virtue.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
But that's obviously I know that they know what I know, and they don't want to advance her for sainthood because of these reasons. So. I think they know the outcome. That I mean, there are far safer people to choose for sainthood if they wanted to go.
Oh my God.
For their own
Yeah.
image. They could do better things around the world, but I digress. I'm not in a place to criticize them.
Yeah, we don't need to get too much into this. It is just really interesting. I mean, people, especially like my parents, and other people who are just deeply rooted in Catholicism. You know what? Fine. Believe what you want to believe, but if you're gonna believe what you're gonna believe, do some fucking research. Believe it for an actual fucking reason, not just because somebody tells you to. I think that's the main. I know I'm an atheist, but that's kind of my main thing. Is like anytime that ever comes up, that's the thing I want to emphasize. So, I think I was kind of looking at some random videos I thought we should look at, but this actually is very relevant considering what we were just talking about.
Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande, yep.
Oh, wow.
Shia LaBeouf. Well, just how we were talking about Shia LaBeouf and who's the actor that got sexually assaulted or sexually abused when he was a child, Hollywood star. Yeah, exactly.
About that, but really, that's a large portion. Corey Feldman.
Yeah, there you go. Corey Feldman. Yep, that one. So this is Ariana Grande is, for those of you who may not know, she was from Disney, I think.
I think she did come out of the Disney movie.
Yeah, the Disney, that age. So this is like a 2-minute video of just her being told to do very sexually suggestive things for a young child star. Let's see, maybe.
Does it even say? It probably doesn't say, but video was posted in 2019, but it could come.
Yeah,
really.
I
don't know. How old do you think she is? Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, okay, let's just watch this first, see what.
Have you ever said something like a sentence and thought to yourself, wow,
14
I bet
maybe,
nobody else
at most.
said those exact words that I just said.
Yeah, maybe 14.
I remember those.
So now,
those
just for
green
fun,
things.
I'm going to say 3 sentences that I bet not one person has ever said before in the history of mankind. Sentence number 1. Oh man, my uvula got stuck between that hamster's toes. That could never happen, because your uvula is that swingy thing in the back of your throat. There's no way you could get it stuck between a hamster's toes.
This is really bizarre.
Sentence number 3.
I don't even know what's going on.
I'm soaking wet! Quick, somebody bring me the ocean!
I see.
Okay.
I see.
You don't want to watch. There's like, you get the picture. You get the picture.
Anything can be taken out of context. I don't know what the larger clips are, but I have no doubt that anybody that had anything to do as a child, actor, actress, whatever, might have been taken advantage of or used their in some nefarious way. Hollywood has a lot of problems.
Yeah. I mean, that's been made very apparent the last couple of years.
Even with adults, I mean, Harvey Weinstein just got
convicted.
Actually convicted.
Did that just happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was going to skate, honestly, but he got convicted. And those were against adult women.
Well, what?
Actors.
Bill Cosby's apparently having...
He's in prison.
Yeah, they won't let him have a cane, apparently. Well, I mean, fuck him, but I mean... They won't let him have... So, in prison, you're not allowed to have a cane because it can be considered a weapon. So, apparently, he's sitting in jail right now, and they're not letting him have a cane, so he's kind of struggling. But, you know, man, you shouldn't have roofied, like, 60-plus women. Then maybe that wouldn't have happened. I don't know.
Did you ever watch The Cosby Show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and that's always kind of the thing. It's like, I remember him being such a lovable...
Everybody wanted him to be their dad.
Oh my God, I got one more.
The greatest thing ever, and it's just a bunch of horseshit.
I gotta show you this clip. This is some of the craziest shit.
It's just gonna ruin my childhood any more than I already did.
Grammarly can help.
Not the ad. Here.
I'm on to you.
I love your neck, honey.
Well, it certainly is nice to see them work things out for themselves.
They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Oh my god.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you ever
Like
noticed?
just fucking ABC or CBS. Who did this?
This is the Cosby Show.
Yeah. Who was the network at the time? I don't remember. CBS.
Yeah, probably.
I got a cup of it up on the night table.
And this is one of the later episodes too, because it's got the husband to Denise's character.
Oh, I didn't follow it that much. It's just so sad though, you know, because like this was. I mean, the whole thing's sad.
The rabbit hole. Oh my god.
Yeah, the rabbit hole, exactly.
Don't go down there.
But it is just really sad how like, you know, this was like the show had such a influence because it was a black family, depicted a black family, like it brought that to the front screen.
You know, I can see how you think that now, but those that are my age, which is Macaulay Culkin's age, I didn't think black or white when I saw it. I just thought, and my sisters thought, and everything, and this is great. Why can't that be our family? You know, very white family that we are.
Yeah.
But to us, I don't know what adults were talking about. I was a child when this came out, so I was a very young child when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know what adults were saying. We weren't privy to those conversations. I know in retrospect, people are saying, you know, it was very advanced and things like that. I don't know. I have no point of reference for that.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's sad that happened to those women. It's all just sad. That's all there is to it. Yeah.
And I mean, when we talk about Honey Boy.
Yeah. Let's get back to that, Honey Boy.
I mean, there's elements of the child being taken advantage of for Hollywood.
Yep.
And things like that, which I think, you know, any thinking adult could think, you know, of course that would be a probability. Now we would all think this, I would think. So, I mean, it's not a horrific surprise. I guess maybe the surprise is we don't do more about it to restrict childhood abuses, but, you know.
It all seems very freeform. Like, they you know, these kids, they just have a tutor for school. It's like that basic requirement. They don't really need to do well in school because they're a child actor. Stuff like that. You know, obviously there's an adult.
Extreme wealthy privilege.
Yeah.
You know,
There's naturally an adult element to Hollywood that doesn't translate well for your child. I mean, you're going to get. Yeah. Or it's like, what was.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to our parents' time with, like, oh gosh.
Like people getting married at 18 and all that?
No, who was that child actress? Shirley Temple Black.
Name sounds familiar.
She
I'm
passed
not.
away as an adult a few years ago.
Okay.
I don't know when, but Shirley Temple was the childhood darling and things like that of black and white films.
Yep.
Even some of them were color, I think. But she was, you know, and I could think of a few other actors that fit that mold as well, that also went through that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just really sad stuff. Yeah. So, that's about Honey Boy. Yeah, no, you're good. I'm kind of just spacing. But I thought this was really interesting. I think we should watch this. This is, I don't know how you feel about this. I talked a little bit about AI and deepfake on the last episode, my last solo episode, and I came across this video shortly afterwards, and I kind of thought, I don't know what you think about this.
Hello.
I'm gonna use the restroom while you watch
Alexa?
this.
Yeah, what time is it?
The time is 6:50 p.m.
6:50. Oh, Alexa, remind me to fix my clock.
I put fix my clock on your to-do list.
Thanks. Alexa, are you cold?
No, I don't really feel hot or cold, but thanks for asking.
Alexa, how old are you?
I was released November 6th, 2014.
Alexa, who made you? Alexa, who made you?
I was invented by Amazon.
Alexa,
disingenuous answer.
are you spying on me?
I only send audio back to Amazon when I hear you say the wake word. For more information and to view Amazon's privacy
I don't believe that for 1
visit the
minute. They
help
spy
section
on
of
you
your
just
Alexa
as
app.
much as your phone does whenever you leave it on.
Alexa.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it all spies on
Yeah,
you.
they all spy. It's unrelated to whether you use a keyword.
Alexa,
or not. If the phone's
do
on,
you work
or
for the
the electronic
NSA?
device is on, you're being spied on.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yep,
They know
exactly.
what you watch, where you
Alexa,
go, who your friends are.
do you work for the NSA?
That is kind of creepy, though. You gotta admit. That just happens to shut off.
Kind of
Alexa.
it doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, I
Do
mean,
you
yeah,
work for the
obviously it's not
government?
surprising, but
Well, to some people it probably is.
I mean, it's kind of a big part of why I'm going away from computers. Is I don't want to buy into this whole. I don't want to sell my soul. Just like selling people's data, having AI listen on everything, having AI know everything. I mean, fuck. It just sounds like hell.
I hate to say this is mostly too late for us, though. We were born into this.
Yeah.
My generation is the ones that developed it, and you know, our. At least I can say I do remember a childhood, a very young childhood, without computers in the same way. We didn't have social media. You know, but when you were born, though, I mean, it was already.
It was becoming implemented.
Going that way.
Yep.
We
I remember
didn't foresee
MySpace.
1990, you know, we didn't foresee it, so.
Yeah, it's probably inevitable. It would take a really big shift. I mean, well, and the thing is, there are plenty of pros to having all this technology available to us. I mean, that's undeniable. You know, even this, like how fast we were able to look up information. This whole podcast, 30 years ago, we'd have to be sorting through books, going in the index, trying to figure these pieces out, and maybe find the text where it is. You know, that's not even relevant anymore.
You know, I have to say I love technology, though, and without it, I mean, we would be still looking through card catalogs for little tiny pieces of the library. We wouldn't have the same interconnectedness we have now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but, I mean, we always give up something for our privacy, so it's just, we give up part of our privacy for the things that we have, and we can do better to restrict that, and we should, and we are, we're trying, but
Well, and
it's you know, it's an uphill battle.
well, that's the big issue. A lot of these legal things are trying to get passed. It's the World Wide Web. You know, especially in the U.S. government, I think a lot of people try to impose U.S. government things on the internet, but it's a really sketchy topic because the internet isn't necessarily within U.S. domain. I mean, we use it, but it's not like strictly American technology. It's used by everyone. I mean, how can we impose our laws on something that is literally used by everybody in the entire world? That just doesn't make any sense. Maybe it makes sense, but it's not right anyways. I don't know. That's just me.
It's not just you.
Yeah, I would hope so. Okay, anyways, enough about that. Like I said, I just found a bunch of really weird videos. Do you TikTok? Do you TikTok?
I have seen it many times. I've refused to do it because
Yeah, I
only
refuse to
have so many
download
hours
it.
in a day, and that's mostly why I do find some of them kind of interesting.
Well, it's just cringe. It's cringeworthy content. So
It is, but it's very addictive. Oh, Texas.
like, come on, boy, best friend. Yeah, because that was like.
I don't wanna fall asleep. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. This is just stupid children.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not even 18 yet. So. Not that I would dislike 18, by the way. It's just that it doesn't seem like a good video to watch.
Here's my advice: you feel a certain way about someone, fucking tell them. I told you about this last night. I was at the bar, and there was a very cute bartender, and I had about 2-3 beers in me, and I finally mustered up the courage to ask her for a number. You know, she told me she was married.
Why was
and
she wearing a ring? I mean, or did you just not notice
that is kind of the thing. When you're drunk, you don't really like the ring. You don't. Yeah, you don't really look for that. You know, you're just looking. You're just.
As a guy, I would. Well, as a woman, I do anyway. But as a guy, I would just out of my own self-preservation.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like.
Can be really aggressive.
That's not like the first, but yeah, exactly. And you don't want to like have that be the first question. Like, are you married? Like, that just comes off really weird.
Partly why people wear rings.
Yeah, but this chick, she had like tattooed on her finger. She had like a tattoo. I didn't even read it. Yeah, but anyways, and yeah, it was a failure. But even in that failure, she said that she felt really flattered and she really appreciated that I asked her.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you'd be glad it was a failure because you don't want to have a success with a married woman.
Exactly, that would be weird.
So, that would be awkward.
Yeah, very awkward. So I guess the bottom line is, folks, if you feel a certain way about a woman, or if you're a woman and you feel a certain way about a man, just fucking tell them. Fucking tell them. Get it out of the way. If it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen, and fucking move on. The longer you live on something and linger on something and let it just grow into this stupid fucking thing, the worse your life is going to be. So do not do what those kids are doing on TikTok. Playing mind games.
Silly game. I don't know what they were. I guess it's what kids do when they're underage. So, right?
Yeah, right. Ooh, I have a best friend that's the opposite sex. I think I'm gonna kiss him.
I felt really awkward and bad for all those kids involved. I mean,
yeah, I do too.
Figure it out eventually.
Well, and the really sad thing is that's probably all staged too. So it's not even genuine. It's people like literally taking one of the most important parts of growing up and like advertising it.
Well, everybody thinks they can be famous, and being famous will solve all their problems, and neither of those things are true. So, as we saw in Honeyboy, because obviously, you know, and with other celebrities and things like that, it's not always the case. I mean, money does not solve all problems. It can make things easier, but money and fame and being a celebrity and all this, it can't solve problems.
So this guy took a doorstop.
Oh. So he's kind of bored. I've seen my cat do this thriller.
No, it's Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, I'm sorry. I've lost my streak cred. Coleman knows more about this than I do. Are you dancing?
I am. It's not copyright, so we can.
Like a chicken dance?
It does kind of look like that, huh?
Do you remember the Thriller video?
I do.
Do you remember this?
Well, I mean, I wasn't alive, but yeah, my parents were.
You when you were a kid?
Yeah, here, one sec.
I mean, Billie Jean's great.
I'm gonna show you this.
Okay.
One sec. I gotta grab it. Bear with me, folks. Okay.
I'm not sure what he's doing, but something's coming out. Oh my god. What? Holy shit.
That's my aunt.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do. Could the lie become the truth? Hey, the Billie Jean's like my love. She just a girl.
One sec. We gotta.
Let's see what year this was.
Here, I might have fucked everything up.
1982. So long before you were born. Where did you get this again, Coleman?
When did I get that?
Where did you get this again?
From my aunt. My aunt bought that originally, but here, my headphones all fucked up. You gotta give me a sec here. Hello. All right, I'm back. But yes, my aunt got that for me. Jesus Christ, I totally fucked this whole thing up. There we go. Okay, we're back. Awesome. Okay. Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure we were all good on that. But anyways.
That's pretty awesome. You should hang on to that forever.
Yeah, I kind of want to hang it up. Like, get one of those. I mean, but it does have this scratch in it,
That's
unfortunately.
irrelevant because the original pressing.
Yeah, exactly.
well listened to. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
Can
shit.
they see this? If you take this out, can they see this?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! So it has all the lyrics.
It's got
This
all
is
the
old
lyrics
school right
for all
here.
the songs, and I actually know all of these. I know every single one of these songs. I'm not even kidding. Because my mother listened to this, so. But the artwork is kind of surreal. Have you seen this? I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder who drew that. I don't think it was Michael Jackson. It was somebody else.
It's signed by Michael Jackson.
Is it?
At least that one. I don't know about the other one, but this one on this side is.
Signed by him. Maybe he did do this.
Maybe.
If he did, he was versatile. Well, we knew he was versatile anyway, but.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't really surprise me. It's like this is actually slightly disturbing, but in the, if you've seen the videos, the old videos from the '80s from the album, you'll understand. So it's like not just Billie Jean and Thriller and things like that, but wasn't there? Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, what?
Oh, I can't remember the name of all these. There was one song about a stalker fan, and I can't remember the name of it. It was a Michael Jackson video. Dirty Diana, that's it. I don't know if it's...
Oh.
Try and find that for them. It's kind of interesting, but some of this shit was kind of fucking disturbing. And apparently based on real... Oh, there you go, yeah. So he's at it's a video, but he's at a concert. He's imitating real life. His art imitating
is grammatically
life,
correct.
Art, I don't know.
But
One of
it's
those
wordy
things.
and hard to read. It undermines
But I don't know. What do you think about the allegations? I mean, there's allegations that Michael Jackson was a party to some of these horrible things. I don't know. I try not. I have no way of knowing. He was acquitted twice of untoward acts. So, with children. But it couldn't in the court of law, and that didn't solve the problem because people were still like, well, that's not good enough.
I don't know. I think I'm just testing it. I'm trying to be producer and host at the same time. But I don't know. I think to say that didn't happen is dangerous because I think it makes it seem like it wasn't possible. I think it was possible. I think those kids were in a situation where that would have been very possible. What I did see, I didn't see the documentary that new Michael one, whatever it's called. Well, it was like a 3-part deal. I don't know if I could sit through all that. Was it Finding Neverland or something like that? Isn't that what it's called?
Something like that.
Finding Neverland.
There's always people that have financial interest in things too. I don't have the emotional energy to sort through all of it. So
it's really weird, like knowing how he was, and it's like this movie Honey Boy. He didn't really grow up. Michael Jackson never really got to grow up. By the time he was a kid, he was already a superstar.
Like what, 8 years old?
The Jackson, yep, and he was even younger. And he was the lead. That it wasn't thing. He wasn't just like a part of it. He was the Jackson 5.
Dancer, of all the boys. So
yeah, I mean, so he got robbed of his youth. So in some really fucked up sexual way, maybe he did that to those kids to try to relive that.
I don't know though. I mean, I'm really hesitant to say anything like that. He was under a lot of intense scrutiny during those trials. So
well, and like with Macaulay Culkin.
He says nothing until ever happened.
Well, yeah, but I mean, don't you think that? Well, I hate the argument that people think that people say like, oh, well, if he had done it, wouldn't he be done to Macaulay Culkin? It's like, well, no.
Doesn't rape everybody, and that's another part of that story. Is that rapists do not rape everybody.
No.
So
a lot of that's very like precise. And planned.
But again, I'm not saying anything against or for or whatever. I don't have the emotional energy or even the evidence or training to even go into all that. So
yeah, I
can only say what my experience was growing up with Michael Jackson, and and I look at it very detached. It was part of my life, still is to some way, and I don't attach myself to any of that legal stuff. I don't really have anything to do with that.
Oh Jesus, we're not gonna watch that whole thing. Yeah, I don't want to watch an entire. Okay, let's just watch this clip.
Oh God. No. I want to see you dance. No.
So.
No, I can
I
show
don't
you
remember
a
this,
step
but
too.
I didn't watch a
I'm
whole
a
lot
little
of
rusty
it.
right now. A little rusty.
He was very smooth.
Oh, he's got skill.
He had major skill. I also remember being very upset when he died because it was like no matter what, it was, and I hadn't thought about him in many years, but it was a childhood icon.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
It's like.
well, when I was very young when Kurt Cobain died, but it was extremely impactful. And I guess it was kind of, I mean, you expect people like this to live forever, and to have it suddenly happen like that, it just kind of like throws you off a little bit. So,
I remember when he died.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was really. How old were you anyway? You were really young.
That would have been 2005, right?
You were a baby, basically.
Yeah, I was 10.
Yeah, so you were around the same age when Michael Jackson died. When
I remember it very vividly.
So.
And everything came out his doctor killed him, and I just remember living through that. I was like, oh my god, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out his doctor shouldn't have been doing what he was doing.
No, he was overprescribing all that shit.
And there's a lot of problems.
Well, and everything that came out with like his skin, the reason his skin color is the way it was, or why he artificially made himself the way. Yeah, he had the condition.
Vitiligo, which actually somebody in my family suffers from. And,
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So I've seen it up close and personal, and I know what it does, and so I could see what I mean, and it's very especially if it affects your face, it can, you want to be one way or another, and society's very harsh on people, so I could see.
You remember this? This is where he lit his hair on his hair got lit on fire.
I don't remember it. I remember hearing about it though. This the Pepsi commercial?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember it per se.
Apparently, this tied somehow into like his his condition. Something that is involved in this had something to do with.
They're not going to actually show it, are they?
I don't know. I've never seen this.
I hope they don't, honestly, because.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
There it is.
okay.
Yep, his hair's on fire.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
He's like fuck, and everybody. Yep. Everybody's tackling him.
Yeah, I don't even think he knew it was on fire.
No, yeah, you could tell. Yeah. Like that first couple seconds, he's just dancing like it was nothing. Second and third degree burns on his face and scalp.
Yeah.
So that probably.
The show must go on, and he was just going. Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, woo! You see that bald spot right there?
I do.
Oh my god.
He didn't even notice until it was too late. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Yeah. I can see that. Okay. Well.
Fuck.
I could have actually lived without seeing that the rest of my life. Coleman, thank you. I've made it to the age I am now without seeing that, and thank you for bringing that to my attention.
That's what happens when you enter the McAllister hours. Anything can happen.
This is true.
I
want to know how you found that before I ever even thought about it. That's pretty fucked up.
That's just how my brain works. I just remember hearing that.
You were hearing about that?
Like when I'm going to rural Iowa. Yeah. I mean, talk is talk. I remember everybody saying, yeah, well, the doctor prescribed that, and it had to do with his facial condition, and then it had to do with the Pepsi commercial, where his hair started on fire and everything. I don't know. I could be. I'm probably talking on my ass. I'm not a doctor. I don't really know what happened to him. But
did you watch? Did you grow up watching Home Alone? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I'm McAllister. My last name's McAllister. Sure. A lot of people.
Yeah, I even forgot the name of your family until this now. So.
Yeah, it was. I've gotten the Kevin McAllister joke quite a bit.
What state were they in? Because that house is real, and you can go visit.
That's it. Well, oh really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like
probably East Coast.
Out of school.
It's probably. I'm sure that movie takes place in New England, East Coast somewhere. Probably rural New York.
And the way the architecture. We could probably look it up, but.
Probably.
It's a real house. I know. I remember reading about it. Did you see last year they did the holiday special with Macaulay Culkin? Kind of. Oh,
I did not.
God.
Let's look it up. Okay.
It was very exciting for people that grew up with Kevin McAllister or
How do you spell his name?
Look up just MCKULKIN, I think.
Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Christmas? I don't know.
Oh, wait, was it that YouTube video?
It was just last year, yeah. And
Christmas commercial?
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this does look familiar.
Yeah. So he reprises it as an adult. So when I use my Snapchat filter, the one that makes you look like a guy, I look like fucking disturbing to me. I look between fucked up Justin Bieber, how he looks now, and Macaulay Culkin now, and I'm like, holy shit. So I'm never using that filter again. It was out of curiosity, and I'm never using it again. I found out this film that they're watching, the old Banks.
Yeah, the Filthy
real.
Animal.
It's not real.
It's not.
It's a fake film. They made it for the movie.
No way.
Yeah, I'm that kind of a nerd. So.
Oh, that's too bad. Because I've always wanted to see that.
I know.
I always thought that was such a badass movie.
I'm a film nerd, so I was looking for it, and then I found out it wasn't real. In the
Damn.
Place, and I was very upset. So.
Well,
they made it just for this film.
Well, thanks for telling me before I went on a black hole.
Early adult.
Oh, jeez, no, I don't want that. Hey Google. Where's Joe Pesci?
Operation Kevin underway.
Oh my God, that's Kevin Durant, isn't it?
It used to be Michael Jordan. And now it's
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
somebody else, obviously.
Yeah.
Make Google do it. Good job, Google.
Good job, Google.
Yeah. Oh, that's his real brother, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, Kieran McCulkin. That's his real brother.
Well, we don't want to watch this whole thing, but that's interesting.
Kind of interesting, yeah. What the fuck is that?
Oh, come on. It's only a minute. Just so you know,
it just says, when you only know one note, but you gotta set the club on fire. Yeah. Alright, I wanna shoot him already. I don't think that's the whole point, though. A fucking billion TikTok views. I don't know. What the hell is going on here?
Just wait. Just wait.
I wanna slap him already. No. Yeah, you've gotta be. I think we've had it. Thank you.
I had to fuck with Theresa a little bit.
He would.
A little bit. What do we have for time?
Good time.
Fuck. Yeah, I want to. Speaking of, you were just talking about the coronavirus. I want to retract what I said in the last episode and mention that it might not be as serious as I probably made out to be on the episode. So.
I don't know. I mean, they're not really testing for it that often, so I don't know the full extent. But I mean, you catch it the same way as you catch the flu or a cold. So I mean, it's not. I don't know. Mostly immunocompromised people are the ones that end up getting destroyed by it. Although there are some cases where somebody ordinarily healthy would succumb to it, like that. There's a youngish Korean doctor, or would they be? I don't know. Something before it was big here, so no idea.
All right.
I watch the news a whole lot. So
I don't really either.
It's too much for me.
I read it and I Wikipedia, and that's really about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've
YouTube.
Scam it, and some things are important, some are not. I'm old enough now to know the difference. Luckily, you are learning this long before I ever did, because I used to just watch the news incessantly, and my anxiety would be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That kind of brings me back to like 2016. A lot of anxiety in those times.
We all.
Everybody felt motivated. I don't know how you. I don't want to get too much into politics, but I don't know how you feel. I don't feel as motivated as I did 4 years ago towards this whole thing. maybe you should feel more, considering everything that's going on. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm just not really all about it.
I don't know. People feel however they feel, and there's nothing wrong with how you feel. So either you feel really motivated or not so much, somewhere in between. None of it really is. It's not a contest. It's just people feel how they feel. I think most people are really involved. I think that because we survived 2016 being on the ground, and we both voted for different people.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because we both voted for pretty strong personalities. And I think that they both let us down. And our society's kind of let us down a little bit. So
a lot of shit has let us down.
A lot of shit has let us down. We've had a lot of things happen in all this time, haven't we? And we have no control over any of it.
Well, the RJ, the first guest I had in this podcast, I follow his Twitter, and he had, I don't agree with him necessarily, but he had this perfect tweet that he reposted by Trump, and it was like just all 7 DNC candidates, and they were all just like holding their hands up and screaming at each other. And I mean that's a good point. I'm sorry, that's a good point. That shit's fucking ridiculous. How people are acting like that. You just can't take any of it seriously. I don't know.
I don't know. I view a little bit differently than our friend here, but I mean, a lot of it we're on the same page in a lot of things. But the bottom line is we just want what's best for the country, no matter what. So.
Yeah, I think we can both definitely agree with that. Absolutely. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that shit. I've had enough of that crap. So we've been kind of black holing, wormholing quite a bit, going down some different paths. We're both drinking champagne. I don't usually drink champagne, but
it's really cheap champagne too, so I apologize.
Well, it still sounds bougie as fuck, so we'll make it sound like we're...
It's just dry and not very sweet and bubbly, and that's why I like a lot of the champagne. However, this is not that carbonated. I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, we left it out for a while.
It wasn't even in when we first opened it. It was... I don't know. I mean, that's because of a couple of reasons, probably, but yeah. Yeah.
Well... Yeah, it's been a good time, folks. I guess a question I had for you, I don't know if you have a list or how this kind of all works out in your head. What are some of your favorite films? What do you like? If you had like a list of top 3, top 5, top 10, or not even,
I haven't thought about it in a long time.
Or just give me a couple. Give me a couple that you like and talk about them, because it is a really hard question. You can't just say, I have 5 top films
in this
order.
I don't have a top 5 like that. It doesn't work that way in my brain. I have favorite films because they're all so different. They all provide things to my life that are, something I can't quantify. But I really like Starship Troopers.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a really good one, and most people don't understand that it's serious satire. It's not. People that take it seriously have a big problem. But what I mean by take it seriously is they see it as a serious movie, and it is, but not in the way they think. It's a satirical movie that talks about the dangers of fascism and things of that nature. Also, being in the military, being a veteran, I identify with a lot of it. Paul Verhoeven, who was the director, and he really, really, really did his research on that. I like Casper Van Dien, who is the main actor in that. He's a lot of fun to play with. Really good actor and a lot of fun, and an artist in his own right. And he, if you reach out to him on Twitter and ask him questions about things, he'll actually respond, which I respect a lot. So, I don't know. What about you? What's one of your favorites?
For a long time, I always said Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Me and my father always have this argument because he's a big fan of The Godfather, which
Is he really?
He is. That was always the thing. Me growing up, I had to get sent away for some of the really violent parts, like the horse in the head. But I even saw a glimpse of that when I was younger because my father would he fucking loved those movies. He would always, I just have memories of going to bed and he's like, drinking beer, staying up, watching The Godfather on AMC. It's great.
That's great.
We have great, yeah. So that, I mean, oh no, she doesn't like The Godfather. She's she's very religious, so she watches a lot of those kind of movies. There we go.
It droops occasionally.
Yeah. Next episode, this problem will be fixed, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
But yeah, I would say Pulp Fiction. I would probably consider. I do think the American Film Institute got it right in saying that I do think Citizen Kane is probably the best film ever made. Realistically, it's not my favorite, but I think it's the best.
What about Space Oddity 2001?
Oh yeah, it's a great fucking movie. The last time I watched it, I actually, well, no, we're not going to talk about that. But I was under the influence and I couldn't handle it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's like the Flaming Lips concerts, and it's in those veins. So.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
There's oh gosh, what's the other really great Stanley Kubrick movie?
Well, there are plenty of them.
Well, there's plenty. I mean, I'm thinking of one.
Full Metal Jacket's great.
Yeah,
that's probably one of my favorite movies.
Really? I mean.
Oh, it's perfect.
I think it's hilarious and poignant at the same time, but.
Well, like the duality of man and everything that I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I will say okay. Well.
Peace and love.
Yeah, I will say Apocalypse Now is probably I probably like that movie a little better than Full Metal Jacket. I think that one's great. Let's see.
Orange is another really great.
Yeah. Yeah, I Kubrick kind of dealt a lot with those kind of subjects, like the duality of man, understanding.
What about the last movie with Tom Cruise?
Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, talking about infidelity.
I don't even think that's really about that, though.
Well, no, maybe not about that, but
I think that's surface. Like
it's been a long time.
The duality. It's been a long. We'll watch it. We'll do
yeah.
Review. So it's been a long time for both of us. We should probably both work on the artists that we love and care about, like Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I touched on Paul Verhoeven, who's done more movies than you'll know. And look him up. You'll see he's in some of your favorite movies. Oh gosh, who's another really great director or producer or both that we love? Showrunner.
Holy shit! I feel like my mic is really loud.
Is it?
Holy fuck!
I can't tell.
I'm like talking all the way back here. You can kind of hear.
So tonight this is a constant ringing in your ears of some variety, and I have it for a couple of reasons. But
I don't know. It's the cables or something. I don't know.
My hearing is fine.
Learning process.
Sometimes the ringing is a little bit loud, so I cover up things. But it's otherwise fine. So I can't sometimes tell.
Have you seen Barry Lyndon?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Great movie.
I only saw that once.
Yeah, me too.
But like, yeah, it's literally he took a painting and he made it into a fucking movie. It's like how he tried to do that whole thing, you know.
That's true, and it's not a movie I would order. I only saw it recently. I'm surprised I've only seen it recently. So. About a year ago.
Yeah, I would say kind of same for me. It was always the one I put off.
Yeah, I put it off.
Oh my god, like 3 hours. I don't know if I
know. That's probably why I put it off. Honestly.
That's why I put off a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I'm always late after work, and okay, well, what? Oh fuck, 2.5 hours. Do I really want to commit to that? Jesus
Coleman,
Christ.
What did you think about Vanilla Sky? Or have you seen that one yet?
I've not seen Vanilla Sky. What year is that made? Let's look that up.
I don't even know. It's got Tom Cruise in it, and that's why.
Ooh, no, yeah, I definitely don't know what that is.
The Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and.
Tom Cruise.
It was a decent. Oh, what year is it?
2001. I never saw it.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
Excuse me.
Who can I think of? I mean, obviously Martin Scorsese was amazing. Have you seen the Dog's Day?
I have not seen that one actually. That's Al Pacino, right?
Yeah, it's Al Pacino.
Is that where he's in prison?
No, that's Attica.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Actually, I think it's Attica. I might be confusing actors, but either or, there is it was a big thing during, and it's part of the film that they reference Attica, which is a I think still real prison, and there was a bunch of riots, and this is before I was even. This is in the 70s, and part of the. You'll see it. We'll watch it together, and I want to know your reaction to it because it's a great film to watch. I think. Really good film.
Interesting. But yeah, Kubrick's great. You ever heard of Tchaikovsky?
Yeah.
That's the name, right? I pronounced that correctly.
Well, there's Tchaikovsky.
There's the composer.
There's the composer and there's the filmmaker.
Yeah. What do you do? Fuck. Shit. What's that movie called? It's a science fiction movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know it.
Jesus Christ.
Put in TCHA.
Oh wait.
Oh, there you go. Ah.
Not that. Oh my God. Fuck. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Half
Shit.
naked woman.
Can't show nudity. God damn it. No, it's the old one. I want the old one. Okay. Maybe.
75. That's it.
Tarkovsky.
That's it.
I never saw this one.
I saw that one. Go.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's I think the only one I've seen actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Mirror?
Yep.
I think it's the one where the house is on fire, right?
I don't remember that scene.
Maybe, I don't know, or there's something with the fire. The only movie
my mom was into foreign films, and this is one of her. It is foreign, isn't it? Is it
he's Russian, I think.
He's Russian?
Stalker. That's what I was thinking of. Stalker. That's a great fucking movie.
Maybe that's
that is like that's some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Who's the actor in that? Who is that?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see.
Does it say in the right side there?
Alexander Kayna. I can't do these Russian
film?
names. What?
Is it Russian? Is it really Russian? I might have actually seen.
Yeah.
My mom was into all this shit, so.
I mean, shit. I guess I better.
She introduced me to a lot of really.
I better fact check myself, but yeah, Soviet Russia.
That's who it is. I remember.
But yeah, I saw.
Good stuff.
I saw Stalker and I saw Solaris. That was it.
Solaris, yeah.
That's a really good one.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it opens with a. It's a science fiction movie, but it opens with a fucking, like a nature scene, and then it cuts out and it's like a tank and a spaceship. I just think that's such a beautiful opening because it really kind of sets the tone. Was it? Oh, probably. I mean,
yeah, 2002. They remade it. Have you seen
George Clooney?
I didn't know that until this.
Oh my God, I didn't either.
Very vague memory.
It's so depressing.
He started on Roseanne, I think.
They can remake anything these days, huh?
I mean, they could. Why bother? Just start new.
I think the day Pulp Fiction 2 comes out, I'm gonna raise some hell. Oh my God.
You know what? I think it's great though. I love watching how Star Trek's evolved over the years, and they've created
So, do you think that's for a good thing, bad thing? How do you feel about all that?
I think it's a mostly positive thing.
That's good.
Because you can always do something new with science fiction. So, but what I really love is they have this new show called Picard, which is about John Picard, who was in The Next Generation in the 90s.
That's the really new one, right?
Yeah. There's one from there's Star Trek Discovery, which is kind of it's completely separate from The Next Generation. It's set before the time of Captain Kirk's Enterprise, from the 1960s, which I obviously wasn't there to grow up with. Mm-hmm. However, they made a lot of movies that I did grow up with that were in the 80s and 90s and 2000s and things like that. So, but in any event, unrelated to this is the Next Generation, and the Next Generation had Captain Picard.
Riker. Mm-hmm. All that shit.
We were talking about Corey Feldman earlier. Will Wheaton was one of the he was the main character in Stand By Me with Corey Feldman.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I've seen Stand By Me. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the kid who's Geordie LaChance, who's older.
Okay. Yeah. He's the narrator.
He's the narrator. The writer is what they call him in the movie, which is.
God, this is so loud.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I feel like my mic is.
In a minute, it'll it'll make me completely different. So, yeah, even that, like, that's not even a full centimeter, I don't think. Anyway, so he played Gordy LeChance, and he's also Instant Crusher in The Next Generation. And he was still a teenager when he was filming this, and for me growing up, I thought it was great to see this teenager who's a little bit older than me, and he was doing all these great things. I thought he was a fun character. A lot of people had a lot of hate on Wesley Crusher, who was the character.
I have kind of heard that in like meme form almost.
I think that mostly they were probably jealous of. They wanted to be that kid. I think. I don't know. I might be totally wrong either or. But he's a really great actor in person and talks a lot about positive mental health and deals with mental health subjects himself, and it's really, really good. I'll have to show you if you haven't seen one of his articles recently, but he's a really great guy. I think he's almost 50 years old now, if he's not 50 now, which is bizarre as shit to me. So he hosts the Ready Room, which is a discussion show about the episodes of Picard.
Okay.
So it's got to be meta, because now he's the host of a show that talks about a fake character, Captain Picard, from the show he was on when he was a kid, like 30 years ago.
So does he have anything to do with that show, Picard, or is he just...
Not yet. I hope they do. I think it would be an amazing, fortuitous moment if they included
nostalgic?
him. Not just, no, beyond that. I think that it would I think a lot of people could make a lot of money off of this. I think it would be cathartic, and I think it would be nostalgic, and I think that the Wesley Crusher character was interesting enough to draw people in. Because me as a young kid, seeing this slightly older boy, this teenager in Starfleet, really kind of drew me into the series. I couldn't attach myself to 45-year-old Captain Picard at the time. What did I have?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, it was great, and it was really good.
What do you think about Star Wars?
I love Star Wars.
Do you like the new ones too? All of it? How do you feel about all that?
I really liked the last one.
Really?
It was upsetting.
I don't know. I don't want
watched it more than once, so.
I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's been a while now? Don't you think?
Did you grow up with Star Wars? I had a bit of it.
Yeah, I grew up with it. I guess that's why I hate it.
Show you?
Well, I grew up with the originals.
The original 3?
Yeah, and I went to go see the newer ones in theaters when they came out too. I mean, they weren't great, but I mean,
they're not my shows, but
I don't know.
In people's lives, and if they like them, they like them. I don't like them that much, but they.
Well, I'm just gonna come on and say it. Who is it? Not Palpatine. How they brought Palpatine back in that last one. I just think
they could have done it better.
Well, no, I didn't even see the new movie, but even just like reading that.
You knew it already. You knew it from the original movies.
What do you mean?
Palpatine was in the original movies.
No, I understand that, but like to bring him back like that.
I know.
That just sounds like late. That's lazy writing.
Lazy writing, and I was trying to turn it another way. They had another way of bringing Palpatine back, or they didn't even have to necessarily. But I see the value in doing it. It's just that they kind of. Can you imagine having a team of top-notch writers and then resorting to it? Like,
yeah,
I would, as writers, as creators, would do it differently. But
I feel like I could think of something better than that. Like, do something else, man. Or you know what you should really do? Just let the fucking thing die and make something else. That's what I think, anyways.
I think they had to complete the story, and I think that was important for the arc.
I guess that's another question. Is the story completed, or is there leeway for more sequels?
Is anybody's story really completed?
That's true. That's a good point.
It's after we die, it's the generations that come after us, so there's always a connection to the past. Does it have to be a Skywalker? No, but I mean, the reality is, I mean, oh gosh, what's her name that plays?
You talking about Rey?
Yeah, I forget her last name before, but either way,
she's a good actress.
She's a great.
I'll give her credit.
I love all of those actors. I think they're just brilliant, and I like how they took the limited footage they had of Princess Leia and made her made it valuable and made the princess a warrior and made
Yeah.
it clear that she was not just a princess, you know, as she never was from the very beginning. She's the one that saved those boys' asses when they allegedly came to rescue her. So, I mean, let's not pretend she was any ordinary princess, but...
That was really sad when she died, Carrie Fisher. I remember that.
Yeah, it was really sad. You know, she was married to Paul Simon.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually. Damn.
Yeah, there's a big story there. And of course, Billy Lord her daughter picked up the slack a lot for her.
So, did Carrie die and then her mom? Is that how it happened?
Yeah, like 2 days later.
Yeah, or I thought it was like the day
No, I think
after.
it was actually like 2 days later.
Here, let's look it up. Let's
I just
fact check
remember-
ourselves.
I remember it being 2 days later, like her mom died.
So let's see. So she died. Oh, she died later than I thought she did. I thought she died Christmas Eve.
It was around then, I think.
It says she died 27th.
Yeah. So she died December 27th, 2016. Oh, there was a lot going on at that time.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time.
No, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
2016 was
I
a
can
crazy
see how
fucking
that-
year.
Yeah, both you and I were not really all the way.
Debbie
Reynolds, that's right.
That's the one that died.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, she died the next day,
Oh,
28th.
Jesus, that's even sooner than I thought. That
Yep.
Immediately the next day.
So she
And
died at
she
84.
had her brother Todd, who's still alive, and her daughter, Billy Lord, who was in Star Wars as well.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she has a role in it. She's wrote some really great articles about her mom and her grandma and things like that, but mostly about her mom.
Okay.
Really good stuff.
No, this is. I remember that. Very interesting stuff. I'm very sad that both of them passed away.
I was very sad, yeah.
But Carrie Fisher was a badass bitch.
Oh, she was great.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she was just brilliant, and I mean, for more than, I think she was a brilliant comedian.
Yeah,
and
she was really sassy, you know, but like in a good way.
Yeah, she had some of her own independent productions she put out that were really good, and I can't remember, but she talked about her interesting family history.
Yeah.
Really tied into Hollywood in various ways, and about her bipolar disorder. And
I did not know that.
Yep, and other problems that she had. I do believe it was bipolar disorder, but she struggled a lot with a lot of problems, and about the Hollywood machine, about being a woman in Hollywood, and things like that. Especially at that time, it's the same. It's sort of the same now, but it's a lot more protected, I guess, now on some level, which isn't saying much, by the way.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine being, Carrie Fisher in 1979 or whatever year they auditioned for Star Wars. So she talked about George Lucas and the casting decisions to put her in the slave outfit.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
I remember there was a behind the scenes footage thing where they talked about her taping her all of her her underwear was tape essentially.
Sure. I mean that happens in modeling too. So I'm not horribly surprised. My sister was a model, so I know.
Really? That's
was.
interesting.
Yeah. She did some acting and was a little bit of a model for a hot minute. So I had some exposure to that, and I was very surprised. But it's interesting that women still have problems like that today, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
it's weird.
It's weird. I mean, most of my guy friends, I can't imagine them making decisions these guys ever made, but I don't know.
You ever, Fight Club, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You know Chuck Palahniuk, that author? He wrote a book. The first book he ever wrote was called Invisible Monsters. And it's actually
I think I've read that.
It's about a group of models, and one of them gets her face blown off, and she gets surgery and everything, but she still doesn't look that great. Yeah, take some of that. Just you can drink all that. That's
I didn't want to get up.
But anyway, no, she's a model, and they perform these scams where they go around to all these rich houses and they steal prescription medication and they sell them and they make money. It's a really interesting book. I highly recommend it.
I would like to know the name of this so I can look at it later.
Oh, Invisible. Yeah,
I mean, I won't remember right now, but you can tell me later.
Okay, yeah, cool. It's really good. Really disturbing, but a lot of good shit. Let's see. Another thing I kind of wanted to ask you. Do you have like a favorite actor?
Oh, that's a hard one too. So I've got several, just like I've got several favorite movies. Fight Club, interestingly, you mentioned Fight Club. I really like Fight Club. I've always loved Fight Club. I've owned the DVD, the same DVD since like 1999 or whenever it came out. I seriously
when I was 4.
dragged this thing across the world. It's one of the very few things I have a nostalgic connection to. Absolutely brilliant. Helena Bonham Carter was fabulous in that movie. If you remember.
Oh, she's great. She's a great actress.
Amazing. I love that woman. Ironically, I do like Brad Pitt. I think he's underrated. I think he's a really good actor. I saw the Ed Astra movie. And
Wait, the what?
Ed Astra, one of his newest, and it's a very new movie.
Oh, I did see something about that. Yeah,
So
I haven't seen it. But.
I liked it, and I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and of course Brad Pitt took home the I don't know, best actor.
Well,
best
probably just
supporting or something
best
like that.
supporting. Joaquin
I don't really
took
care
best.
About all that stuff though, but it was nice to see somebody I'd liked win something.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess.
It's not near as relevant
Yeah.
these days. I mean,
Yeah,
who really gives
well,
a
I mean,
fuck, you know?
Well, a lot of people do, but artists, we don't give a shit. So.
Yeah, I mean.
No. But who else? God dang.
Actors, that's right. We were talking about actors.
I like so many actors. And I'm assuming when you say actors, because I put them all in kind of male and female, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no.
Nowadays, I think actors are actors. No matter
I agree.
Yeah.
I would probably say Jack Nicholson, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many more years we have with that guy, but I hope
Well,
there's
no.
a lot more things.
Well, and that's kind of the thing is he's really like his career's aged well with him. I feel like in a way. He plays like was it about Schmidt? It was. I didn't see a lot of it.
What it gets? Have you seen that?
Oh, that's a great fucking movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's hilarious in that.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
super poignant.
yeah, plays the disorder really well.
He did a really good job at playing somebody.
With OCD.
Helen Hunt, who was great in that. I liked Sigourney Weaver a lot. Now that you mentioned that.
Oh yeah, Alien, right? All those movies.
Aliens, Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot she was in Ghostbusters. I forgot.
She was. She's very versatile. There's a movie with Harrison Ford. Go back, circling around to Star Wars. Harrison Ford, of course, played Han Solo, and she was in a movie with Harrison Ford called Working Girl, where she played the evil boss.
Really?
In 1989 or so. Yeah, it was really good movie. Really good movie, and she's from a lower socioeconomic class background, and she has an opportunity and takes it and fucks over all of her evil corporate bosses and things like that. Makes a name for herself and does really well. And it was with Harrison Ford and Melanie Griffith was the lead. It's a really great movie, and you should watch it, Coleman. It's really good. You would like it a lot. And that's how I know she's a really versatile actor, because she's been in more than just Aliens, more than just Ghostbusters as the damsel in distress. She was also not only the badass in Aliens, or the Alien franchise, but also she was in Working Girl and played somebody who did really well with her life, and she played really well. She's just a really good actor, and I really respect her work.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, she is good. I love Finding Dory. Did you see that movie?
I have not seen
Oh
that.
my
That's
god,
the one I
that
haven't
movie's
seen.
fucking great.
Who's in it?
Well, there's a part. So there's a part in the movie where they're like at this like aquarium or whatever, and the person in the loudspeaker is Sigourney Weaver, and she's like, "Hello, I am Sigourney Weaver." Blah 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 blah, and it's just hilarious.
That sounds hilarious.
You know, it's one of those things that
Is there a
Pixar.
plot to this movie, or is it just?
Yeah, Dory. They kind of play in the whole mental disorder thing really well into it, which I appreciate personally. Her oh shit, the incense fell. Damn, that was weird. But they played into the mental disorder aspect really well. Kind of like the borderline ADD, other shit. No, I thought it was really touching. I thought it was a great fucking movie. Really touching. But I don't know.
There's just so many great. I can't even begin to. My library for great movies and actors is vast. Citizen Kane, obviously, being one of the.
Oh, that is such a great. Oh my god.
For filmmaking and for learning how things operate and how people think, how they view movies. So really.
Yeah, it really redefined.
Casablanca.
You know, I think it's overrated, personally.
I used to think that, and then I watched it like 10 years after I thought that, and I was like, this is one of the greatest.
See, and that's the thing I haven't seen in a long time, so maybe I just need to suck it up and watch it again.
Rewatch it, yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be good to do that. Lawrence of Arabia, I've always wanted to see that. That's always kind of one of those. That's like
you like Sir Poitier and
the what?
Others, and you like Sidney Poitier and Lawrence and oh gosh, what are all those other actors? Same genre, same era.
Like spaghetti western kind of stuff you're talking about?
Not really.
I never saw Lawrence of Arabia.
Sir with Love, with Sidney Poitier was another classic.
I'm not familiar with that one.
British,
unfortunately.
mostly. I don't remember if it's produced here or there, but really good. Really close to your mic, but it depends on where I'm at.
I've been experiencing a lot of technical difficulties this week. It's weird. Last week we were fine, and then something. My solo episode, it was all right, but I had to work around a lot of issues editing.
You haven't watched Picard though. I'm really surprised.
No, I have not.
Do you remember The Next Generation? Did you watch that growing up or anything?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I watched that quite a bit.
You would like this a lot. It's kind of taken everything, made it less spaghetti western outer space. And it's now it's very.
It's more serious.
Serious, emotional, and it's
I kind of miss that spaghetti western vibe though. That's what I like about Tarantino, is he really brings that back in a lot of his movies. He's able to.
Years later, and Picard's dealing with reality now, how it is now. So
yeah,
I see what you mean. So you liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'm assuming it's another film.
I don't know if it had an actual plot, I probably would have liked it a lot more. But that's how I felt.
It was him living a voyeuristic
Exactly. Yeah, which is nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's his best movie by any means. Hateful Eight. Now that was a great fucking movie.
With the Kurt Russell.
Yep, Kurt Russell, Samuel.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
It was good seeing them all together.
I remember seeing that in theaters, and
I didn't watch it in theaters.
Oh my god! Well, that was when he released it in like the what was it, like 35mm or whatever. He released it in this. Yeah, he released it very limited across the U.S. and like these, and he made the theaters reconstruct their projector and everything to fit his film. And I went to go see it in Fleur, and I just remember it's thin, and like you were watching it, and it was like your entire eyesight was just filled with this, your peripheral was just to that on. It was filled with the film. It was a very interesting experience. I really appreciated it. I just thought it was great. Like, unlike Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that was like a play. You could have made a play out of that movie. You could have put that on a stage. You know what I mean? It was more focused on the plot, what was going on, the dialogue, and those are what really makes a great movie. I mean, at least a big part of it. Yeah.
I'm really racking my head at I know we like most of the artistic things, so
yeah.
It's been a long day, and I'm trying to rack my head about who I like. There's just so many people I like artist-wise that are and producers, writers.
It's endless.
I know. I really like Rick Drew, who wrote a lot on the original MacGyver series and some other things. A lot of the Canadian production houses are just amazing with how well they write. And we've seen a lot of this stuff as Americans that had no idea it was ever a bunch of Canadian writers or filmed in Canada or whatever. Vancouver, a very convenient place to film.
Yeah. I've heard that's a party Vancouver.
Well, things are getting away from just being LA-centric or even New York-centric, whatever.
Yeah, I would
It's a great
agree.
thing about technology in our connected world now. We don't have to be limited by what people can afford to do in one area.
Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about that in the other podcast when I had Jackson Place and Jay Smooth on, talking about how
the young rapper who wasn't even from here.
Yeah.
And I was interested in his story because he was talking about coming from other places, how Des Moines is up and coming, and
grew up in China.
weird.
I thought that was the craziest thing. He saw his dad in a movie. Dad? Is that my dad? Oh, hey, can I come live with you in China? Oh my God! Wow.
What a weird experience.
I can't imagine that kind of life. Crazy shit. But anyways, the point being that we don't have the limited frame rate with technology that we might have 20, 25, 30 years ago.
I mean, there's a film scene here with a lot of people that try to put up a lot of
Yeah.
productions and things like that. So, I mean, there's endless opportunity where you are. It just depends on what you want to make of it.
Yeah.
If you want to be an artist of some way, and you feel like the only way is to compete with all these other assholes that come to LA or New York or whatever, you don't have to do that anymore. Things are different now.
Yeah. It's the power of the internet. It's really gonna
Interconnectivity, other things. So.
Yeah, it's coming. It's happening. So I know you didn't want to talk too much about this, but I am curious. You're in school for writing currently. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or what's going on with that?
Just writing. Got lucky. They let me into a program, and I'm able to write when I'm not at work.
That's awesome. So it's like, you were talking about kind of a writing process. Like, how do you go about writing? What do you write about?
Hard. So I do creative writing.
Okay.
It requires a lot more real world knowledge than you would ever know. So
Yeah.
everything is, you have to learn all the things you learn with regular writing of
Exactly.
articles and things like that.
You have to paint a scene with
and then you have
words.
To paint a scene and you have to be descriptive and things that Americans are actually, ironically, not that great at. Because we don't show emotions that well. So, but you have to enter a writing or artistic program to learn how to display emotions appropriately in the creative arts. Because Americans actually don't show emotions that well compared to the rest of the world. So.
No, it's true. Yeah, a lot of severity.
Smile and we have fake veneers. For
Yep. Like, like you're acting. Yeah, it was like going back to Honey Boy. How he was talking about he's like I act all the time. Like, how can I have a therapy
all
session?
Of us act. It's an old acting axiom that all of us act actually all the time. I was not surprised to see that in the movie. I do have a little bit of background in being able to be a small part of some productions and
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk?
Very small.
Talk about that experience. Like, I've never, I've done my own independent YouTube videos, I guess, and that kind of shit. But I've never really been on set.
Been part of a team or anything.
No.
Well, that's more like
talk about that.
My roommate, who can tell you more about probably being, an actor in the set, but being behind the scenes in a set and things like that are kind of along the lines of, I don't know, what you learn from how we express ourselves, and if the actors aren't believable, part of it might be the writers, but showrunners, producers, directors, all that stuff. We seem to be, like I said, we're hesitant to show emotions in America.
Yeah,
real ones,
definitely.
So that it's quite an endeavor to express it in writing or to be an actor on the show. So.
Well, that's really cool that you. I really hope to get him on the podcast sometime, but I know Jay Bash does quite a bit.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if Jay could come on.
If he's ever free. No, he's a good guy. He works. He works hard at what he does. Yeah, beer. I would love to have him on just for like a whiskey or a beer connoisseur kind of thing, where we just we try different kind of selections and just have a good time with that. That'd be fucking awesome.
I'm gonna go for a second.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, actually, can you hold on? Oh, okay. No. Okay. All right. Here, we're gonna talk a little bit. I think we're gonna watch one last YouTube video here, just to wrap this up, and then we are going to probably hit out because I know we had kind of some issues, but I think we're like almost at a 3-hour mark. So this is probably the longest episode that has aired thus far, and Theresa's microphone is falling. I've already said it once, and I'm going to say it again. Check out those events next weekend. Friday the 13th at Mauville Mews at 9 p.m. Tickets are $7 in advance, $10 at the door. You cannot fucking beat that shit. That's cheap as hell. You still have plenty of money for drinks to have a great time, motherfucker. And then, if that's not enough for you, you can go Shamrockin and Ankeny the next day. I mean, fuck. Who needs to live in LA or New York when you live right here in Des Moines, Iowa? Give me a fucking break. If I can even talk. Don't come see me live. I won't be able to talk. But yeah. I'm just filling up dead air. Waiting for our guest. It's been a great night. It's a beautiful day out today. This is being filmed on a Saturday, March 7th, I believe, maybe 6th. I really don't know. I feel like I should know that. Yep, I was right the first time. Today's the 7th. As this is being filmed, hopefully on the 8th. And our guest is back. Coming back. Oh, she's gonna grab some alcohol first. Maybe. Or something. There you go. Finish it off. I'm not gonna drink any more of that. What? A glass? No. I am limited. I really don't drink that much coffee.
You are tonight.
Yeah, shit. I feel like in an hour I'm gonna have a panic attack or something.
There's nothing going on that requires that kind of response. So you're okay.
It's true.
Yep, it's true.
But I don't know, when my blood gets pumping and I get my adrenaline going, I just happen to go a little nuts. What was that?
Just what the army needs.
Just what the army needs. God, no. I have now. Anyone that might be listening, I have a lot of respect for people who are in the military and people who commit their time to that. But I would not be a good fit for the military. I do not think. I think someone with underlying mental illness should probably think of a different career path other than the military. I think. Going to computers or factory work. Something very menial. Not a lot of emotional stress. And we are back with Parker, or Theresa. We're just going to refer to her as Theresa.
Yep. I'm going to steal the rest of this.
Yeah, you go for it. Go for it. All right. So, have you seen anything about this ex-mob boss thing on BuzzFeed? Do you follow BuzzFeed at all?
Yeah, I do, and I know who you're talking about. Yes, I've seen them all.
Okay, so you have seen this guy. I talked about him a couple days ago.
He's great. He looks way younger than what he's old as shit, but he looks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But no, I digress. Go ahead.
So this was posted very recently.
Is this a joke? I haven't
Very
seen this
bad.
one yet.
I'll tell
I
you
know
what.
it's Michael Francesi or whatever. His
Well,
name
the thing is, YouTube called him out because they called him an ex-mob boss, and he wasn't even like close. He was like.
He was, but.
He wasn't necessarily a mob boss, I guess, was the point. Okay, so let's check this out. Ex-mob boss.
What you're looking for is a Michael Corleone person. He's not one of those. You'll never find one of those on YouTube.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know.
doesn't need to be called out. He was a real
This
person.
belongs on the dark web for sure.
There's a documentary about this guy long before this YouTube goes even. I mean, I knew who he
It is
was.
President's
So.
Day 2020.
I didn't even know who this guy was. I never heard of him.
Yeah, Michael Franzese.
Because I've decided to return to the dark web. Yay. I made a couple of videos now about the dark web, and those experiences were fairly fruitful.
Oh my These kids don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
But I also recently made a series of videos with a former mafia member named Michael Franzese. Michael and I have since become fairly close friends. He is one of my 2 favorite Michaels on my phone. I actually got to thinking, and I got
There you go.
This guy is so full of shit. Close friends, my ass. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope you have friends before you get into this business, because otherwise they're not
crime
real.
and how criminal activity can be conducted today.
Oh my god.
Just social media, maybe.
How are you? Good to see
I
you,
don't
my
like
friend.
this already.
Oh, it's great.
It's lucky
You
that
look
this
great.
guy turned
Very
to
quickly,
Jesus
Michael,
and
before we
decided
start
he wasn't
filming
about this
the
life.
video,
So.
we need just
Yeah,
a few
for real.
In that sense, as an atheist, I say that. So.
We want the audience.
I mean, we're all lucky in a sense. So.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
My
other
name is
people taking
Michael
his place,
Franzese.
though.
I am a former
But that's
soldier
bullshit
and
about him
property
being
team
called
in
out,
the
though. I
Congo
can tell you
crime
he was a
family
real
in New York.
person.
And
I'll tell you why I know
I'm
all
here
this
to
later.
set
I
foot
really
into
will.
the very
Okay.
dangerous world.
Bullshit.
Okay, well, let's. Jesus Christ, this is so.
That's so over.
Okay, let's get.
So, you know, having
But
that
I
in
don't
my
like
head,
them.
I'd
I
be
don't like
afraid to
them
use
using
any of
this
this
guy.
and
I
leave
don't
that
like
kind
him
of
at all.
trail.
No, I don't.
However,
I don't
no
like them.
doubt,
I don't like
guys
them
on the
using
street
him.
would be
He's got a
using
real,
this. If this was
documentary on
an
Netflix,
avenue
if
for
you
them
want
to
learn
commit
about
their
him for
activity,
real,
they
for
would
real.
do it. No doubt about it.
And
They'd
you can
probably
look
get
up
caught
the
at some
crime
point.
family
So this is
history
drugs now. So give me your thoughts on this.
and all this stuff.
So they're selling
Before you ever
Xanax,
watch this,
amphetamines. So this is
Amphetamines.
basically a drug dealer's
Sling those
He's
amphetamines.
old as shit, you know. And I'm not even kidding. He's like 80 years old. I'm not kidding. He doesn't look like it, but he's
Here.
like 80 years
went to
old.
college and
Look up how old he is.
Yeah, fuck this video. Let's see. Let's do what we do best and do some black hole in here, huh?
Oh, there you go.
Let's check this guy out. But
There you go.
he said in the last video that the idea of the horse head sounded really cool. And did you know that in that movie, in The Godfather, that's an actual horse head?
I didn't need to know that, but now I
That is true.
Thank you.
The producers went to a.
I'm not very squeamish though, so it doesn't.
Okay. Well, long story short, the producers went to a place where they were going to slaughter these horses anyway, and they like picked out a horse and everything.
Fucking German horse slaughterers or something. What were they?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something really weird. And they got shipped over and brought it over in ice and everything.
I gotta see how old this guy. I think he's
Yeah,
like
51. So that would be 68.
Oh, jeez, he's younger than I thought. I could swear he was like.
Still,
80
he looks pretty
He
fucking
looks
good for
like-
68.
He's almost 70. He looks great.
Especially for being an ex mobster and
Well, he went to prison. And
yeah, he went to prison.
killed
Yeah.
before any of this, so.
Yeah. So okay.
Is there a
So
lot of echo on my end? I think there is.
there's a lot of echo on both these mics.
Anyway, yeah, this guy, no, he's real. I mean, obviously you could tell. If they're criticizing the fact that he wasn't the top of the compo, the captain of the captains. I mean, I'm part Italian. I can tell you what that means. But anyway.
You are part Italian. Interesting.
I know, weird, right?
Did you like The Sopranos?
I like the acting and thought it was really good. I mean, I don't glorify that lifestyle at all. I think it's stupid as shit.
Yeah, no,
If you want to die.
I think that's kind of the whole point of well, I don't know. I think that's the perspective a lot of them try to put out when they make those kind of movies.
I grew up with The Godfather from my mother, who loved movies too. So, Godfather was really good.
Oh, it's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, the acting with The Sopranos was supreme, though. I don't care about. I mean, the stories were good, but they're all stories we've heard before. The only thing I hadn't heard before was bringing the personal life more in with the Tony Soprano's kids, and also with the therapist. That was an interesting angle on all
Yeah.
that. So.
Yeah, it really was. I was rewatching the show recently.
Were you? From
It's on Prime.
or- Is it? I have to watch it. Oh, and again, I have very limited.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have Netflix, so I don't know. I just don't. I like Hulu too much. I just watch a lot of Seinfeld. Yeah, that's why I've been binging on lately. Podcasts and Seinfeld.
Michael, I called you Michael for a minute. I don't
There you
know.
go.
Anyway, Cole and I are good friends and have been for a few years now.
Yeah.
And we have not a giant, a little bit of an age difference. And so it's funny to me to see him, like, these things when I was a teenager, I think, and he's just a grown man just experiencing.
I get that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Yeah,
Like, what year were you
He's not
born?"
even 30 yet, so I mean, but whatever.
I don't like any of the shit. And that's not true. I don't not like any of the shit, but I don't like a lot of the shit that's comes from my day and age. I just don't. I'm not into
What
it.
comes from here, though? I mean,
It comes from here. Comes from like our generation.
We don't pay for TV anymore.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I mean,
we pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you can still be persuaded by those in your same age group.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the people that stupid TikTok video are like they're trying to tell you what's cool and what's not, what you're supposed to care about, what you're not.
Exactly.
And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm watching what I want to watch. You're dumb. Whatever.
That's kind of how I feel like about everything.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, I don't
healthy.
care.
That's really smart and healthy at the same time. So.
Yeah, like when it comes to a lot of music, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to diss anyone, but like I'm not into Travis Scott. I think he's really overrated.
What the fuck is that?
You never heard of him? Well,
I probably have heard of him.
Well, we're not gonna play him,
really
but
yeah, we don't need
it's like mumble rap, kind
I
of.
trust you. Yeah, no, I trust him alright. I don't like mumble. Well, I like Logic though, and you don't. So.
No, I like Logic.
You like Logic?
I just don't like his sing-songy stuff.
Does he do sing? I don't even know.
That 1-800 song is really sing-songy. I think so.
Did you
But he like.
He did with Eminem and.
Well, yeah, but that song, what was it? Homicide. Like
Homicide.
Homicide with Eminem.
Is that the new one?
That's I think that's his newest shit. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, that album.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, that was like last year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well.
I like that shit though. That's.
No, I mean, no, Logic's the shit.
Interesting. Yeah.
His background, like, biracial. Not that that really matters, but
it does matter because it plays a prominent part in his songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's able to like distinct between the two. That's why I like about Joyner. Yeah, like that's why I like about Joyner Lucas too.
Yeah. I like Joyner Lucas. I do like him.
He's able to play both sides really well. And it doesn't matter how you feel about whatever. It's good to have an open discussion.
You don't mind playing both sides more than I do. Yeah. He doesn't mind as much.
Yeah, it's good stuff to do that. Well, we've gone for quite a bit. I think we can probably call this an episode, huh?
Yeah.
This has been some great fucking content.
I hope so. We'll have to edit the fuck out of it though. So.
Oh, edit.
That's your job. So.
Oh, just what you mean with the sound fuck up? We'll work around it.
You'll fix it.
We're gonna be fine. You're dealing with a professional here.
I believe you.
Okay. Well, with no further ado, let's wrap this shit up.
For a while. I hope it was worthwhile.
No, this was an awesome time. I think this is probably the record so far for an episode. So thank you so much, Parker Theresa, for coming on. Stay tuned. Next episode, we're gonna have D Wavy on the show. That's gonna come out Friday the 13th, and then Pac-Man Around Here is gonna come out March 14th. That's Saturday. And then I've already said this a million times, but watch out for those two shows, Friday the 13th, the same days as the podcasts are coming out. Mauville Mews, Conscious Kickback at 9 p.m. Friday the 13th. Shamrockin on March 14th in Ankeny. Y'all keep real. Stay happy. Kids, don't do drugs. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Fuck yeah.